Yo, he caught me there, man. He hit me with the quick snap. Yo, what up, what's good? Y'all know what it is, man. It's the Legacy Lounge. For those who don't know or been under a rock for the last, let's say, 6 months, it's Friday Night Live. And if you don't know, I'm your host, CJ Mitchell. We welcome y'all to another Friday night, the Legacy Lounge. This is what we do on Friday night. We go live. Dope stories, dope content, dope conversation. This is this is gonna be a dope one, man. Y'all better what they say, TiVo, is that what it used to be?
TiVo's back in the day.
Yeah. TiVo this.
late 90s.
Yeah, my bad, whatever. It wasn't your chance. See, you already talking out of turn.
My bad.
Yeah, just chill out for a little bit. So, y'all know what we require, first of all. Y'all gotta hit that share button. We trying to reach as many people as possible, trying to pop up on everybody's screen, make sure everybody get this content, make sure everybody be a part of this dope conversation. So it only take you about 0.5 seconds. Go ahead and hit the share button. We're going to have Speed keeping, Speed going to be policing that share button too, and we'll send him after you. Also, we love to receive stars. That's how you can show your support to the Legacy Lounge. Small gesture to you, huge gesture to us, and everything we get in that regard goes right back into the Legacy Lounge, and in turn we pour back into the community. So that's my Friday Night Live spill. Yo, I got a spill, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to say nervous, but probably like the most butterflies I've had since we started recording, maybe since
Paulo.
From the beginning, huh?
John Paulo.
Paulo on there? Yeah. So, don't interrupt me again.
My bad.
This is probably the most butterflies I have because I'm doing a live episode with my best friend. So, literally somebody I've known my entire life. And that's not an exaggeration. That's my entire life, right? Like literally entire life. 43 years old. We're 6 weeks apart in age. His dad and my uncle, best friends. His dad, my dad, good friends. A lot of his cousin, his first cousin / brother, one of my best friends. Everything. Keep going. He's my kid's goddad. I'm his kid's goddad. He's Uncle Mikey to my kids. I'm Uncle CJ to his kids. College roommates. Best man at his wedding. Best man at my wedding. Anything I'm missing? What else am I missing?
I feel like you got it.
Yeah, I nailed that. So if y'all don't get the picture, like, this is my brother. And what I want to start off by doing, so we are going to do a little bit of role reversal. I'm going to be on the hot seat answering questions. We really, as you can see, Speed work in the chat, we really, we encourage participation with this one. We want to be open and have open dialogue so you can get to know me and Mikey and our relationship as it relates to us and our group of friends, which we'll, definitely touch on. But I want to start by giving Mikey his flowers and at the same time helping y'all understand what our friendship is based off of. So again, like, this is my brother. Blood couldn't make us closer. People always say Scrap started it. He called me the voice. And this was before I even had a voice, like, in the community. He was going by like Facebook posts, stuff like that, like galvanizing people. And it just so happened this materialized into the platform. And I said this at the best man speech, but they call me the voice because I know what to say. Mikey the hero, like he come through, save the day, like that's what he does. That's our relationship. Mikey, as a father, phenomenal. As a friend, phenomenal. Businessman, phenomenal. Family man, he's a mod from Soul Food, like, you know what I mean, holds everything together. It's good, and I feel sorry, first of all, for anybody who don't have, you know, a friendship like we have.
Yeah.
Like it's something to behold. And as men, as black men, sometimes we don't communicate feelings, kind of frowned upon, you know, which leads to build up in, you know, stress or whatever the case may be. I could call Mikey about anything, and I do. Like, I mean, we could talk about marriage, and honestly, like, you know, how many of us, you know, coming from where we're from, can, you know, talk about, first of all, having a long, sustainable marriage and be able to bounce ideas off of each other as friends, about our spouses and about our relationship. Fatherhood, of course. Leadership. Like, I learned, man, so much from you, bro. You know, just the way you command respect, demand respect, but not in a, you know, like not in a pushy tone, you know, just like through hard work and leading by example. Money, you know what I mean, whatever the case may be, just not sports. He's not a sports guy, he's an arts guy. Like, cool. I'm not an art guy. Like, but it's crazy because you would think we have nothing in common, but literally we have everything in common. Mikey, he taught me not to wear the brown belt with the black shoes.
Ever. Don't ever wear that.
Or the black belt with the brown shoes.
Come on. Talk to him.
When you got the white shoes on, you don't wear the black socks.
You gotta wear that?
You gotta wear the white socks. I just learned that 2 years ago. I was 41 with the all whites with the black socks. He was like, yo, what are you doing?
Let's be serious here.
This is what he say, bro, we don't wear we don't wear black socks with white shoes.
Yeah.
But nah, also where he came from. Now, I'm big on being aware that you're rare. You know, and it's not my story to tell on, you know, where he came from. But if you know, you know. But Mikey is typical story that leads to dead or in jail. Like, dead ass. Like, typical young black male story, probably a less than 5% like ending to where he's at now. Like, it doesn't usually work like that. Like, define the odds, all of that. Everything that we showcase and focus. I don't know what I would do without him. Yeah, I literally don't know what I'd do without you, bro. So I appreciate you. Everybody appreciates you. You know, you what you do is you show up in the biggest way, and I'd be lost without you. Like, I don't even know where I would be to this day. You motivate me in a large way, through your success, through, you know, your focus on marriage and how important and sacred it is to you. Obviously, you know, you being a father with the daughters and everything like that, but just, you know, not being the biggest thing is you don't settle. Never comfortable. And there was a period in my life where I was super comfortable. AT&T, super comfortable. Yeah. So Mikey would have little small ways of pushing you, like, dang, you know, they hiring 3 assistant managers in your area. I was cool, like, doing the minimum. Always pushed me like that, like, but in his way. Like, when I there was a period of time where I was going down, and I told this before, but I was going down a path, and Mikey would do little stuff like send me a resume, like not a resume, like a
link to
a job that's hiring. Like, get on out of there, bro. Like they hiring, you know, but because he's seen more for me. And those are the type of friends that you need to have, man. You sometimes your friends need to be the ones that push you. I was blessed, you know, with Mikey and beyond, but I was blessed with friends that pushed me, that never let me settle. And when I say I don't know where I would be, that's a large part to me saying that, because I don't settle now. You know what I mean? you keep going, so I keep going. And it's not, obviously it's not competition. It's just, you know what I mean? It's something to inspire to be. Like, you should be inspired by your friends. And I'm truly inspired by you. So if y'all can, in the chat, I need y'all to do something, man. Drop some black hearts for, you know, just for love, for unity, but, you know, for brotherhood, for Grimy, for 1032. We're getting into all of that. But just for brotherhood, like the biggest compliment, you know, other than a father or husband, is when people talk about our friend group and, you know, our togetherness and, you know, as we're as real as it gets. So everybody, that was my 10-minute soliloquy of my best friend. This is Mike Lamb, if you don't know. Mikey, to those who you know. Is this weird for you, bro?
It's a lot. Like, it's a lot. I shared the same sort of like sentiment for you, and I could go down a laundry list of things that you have either done or helped me with. But I know that if I'm going through something or I'm challenged by something, you know, like I got my wife, I got other, but like if I call you, then it is like guards are down. I can have an honest dialogue, and whether it's like work related, family related, something doing with my daughters, extended family, whatever. And that's dope to have. And you know, that's what you provide to me in the same way that I provide to you. And what I love about like our relationship specifically is like, I really feel like the level of vulnerability that we have with each other is, I don't know another person outside my wife that I have that level of like honest, like straightforward, this is how I feel dialogue, you know? So like, it's just really dope to have the level of friendship that we have. And, you know, the years have helped it, but I think like having the mindset to win and grow up through, you know, where we grew up and trying to elevate and continually, you know, bounce an idea, like that just helped us like 100%. So I share that same sentiment that you're sharing, and I'm happy to be here. And then like, I'm looking at the studio that I'm in right now, which is like dope. And I'm like, y'all fancy. I'm like, this is a little different. It don't smell like roaches or night in here. Like, y'all got different screens, different cameras. You know, like, let's give Legacy Lounge Day flowers, because where I'm at, I was like, we at ABC. We at, you know what I mean?
Hey, he don't mean bugs when you say roaches, man. We ain't never had no roaches in here.
No. That's a clip, bro. That's a clip.
I missed it?
Yeah. It's neither here nor there.
So when you did that animated part, that wasn't really you?
No, that was Tiffany Haddish.
Okay, I thought you was acting out, bro. When you said, let's give it up for, I was like, yo, is he good? Okay, thank you. Yeah. All right. My bad,
that was actually for Tot, no, to be honest. Like,
okay, all right. That's that you got to let me know that stuff, bro. I thought you went brazy. I was like, yo, you bringing the energy. But nah, it's one thing to have a podcast and to talking to people you don't know or you barely know or you know of, but it's another to be doing this with you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it hit different. Like it definitely hits different. And not initially, because we're going to do that. So people were asking like, well, somebody needs to interview you. You know, you need to answer the questions.
Yeah.
So there's nobody, I told Speed, like the only person that I would have ask me questions would be Mikey.
My thought process on that is like, let's Mobb Deep it, you know? Like, let's go bar for bar, question for question.
I like that.
We can go back and forth, explain our experiences, you know, like kind of like talk through it in different perspectives of the same thing. Because I think we have similar stories, and there's a lot of parallels to like what happened with us. So let's go back and forth.
Yeah, I'm just dope. I'm with it. Before we do that, Speed, what's going on in the chat, bro?
They in here, sitting on Black Stars. They saying your boy Scotty Lane said great best friends know when it's time for an ear of advice. You guys have that part down. Maya Marie said, it's dope seeing y'all really on y'all's ish as grown men, dope fathers, dope black men. So definitely appreciate that. And of course, the Black Hearts, you know. Shout out to Chessa sending stars, Marcy sending stars, Nikki, Tom, John and Paolo, Brina, Sabrina. Thanks for the Black Stars. And, you know, get ready for a good show.
Yo, we appreciate the stars. I see my cousin Stephanie tapping in from Charlotte. That's Snacks' mom, bro. She, you know, Snacks gave us those words of advice when we were first starting. We live by that. So shout out to Stephanie. Shout out to everybody that sent the stars, man. And I know Speed working the chat, man, but get y'all questions ready as we go, and because we want to participate, we want to bring y'all in as well. But I'm gonna let you start it off, bro.
All right. So I think like your question, man, you know, so like we got questions for you. And I think like let's just start it off with kind of like your childhood. You grew up in Steubenville, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk through it, like what it was like for you and growing up, where you grew up, how you grew up, and what Steubenville means to you because of that?
All right, so I grew up in Market Square. So I was in Market Square from the time I was 4 to 17. So literally my whole life up until adult, up until basically I was an adult. We grew up in Market Square, so it was always me, my mom, and my sister. Now me and my sister have different dads. My sister's dad's family was very involved. So, and they're from Weirton.
Mm-hmm. So
my sister spent a lot of time with her family. So it was just me and my mom. So, but we didn't have babysitters. You know what I mean? My grandma was the closest thing, but literally,
bro, like not having babysitters is a thing. Like there's always babysitters now.
Yeah.
Like why didn't we have babysitters?
Nah, bro. If my mom was getting a washing set, I was right there with the Jet magazine
at Cynthia's.
At Holly's.
Okay, Holly's.
Yeah, right there, bro.
Okay.
If my
that's competing. My bad.
If my mom, if she was going to Dots, we was catching the bus,
to Dots.
and I was going to Dots with my
sure,
mom.
bro.
Like whatever my mom was
where did
doing.
this babysitter like thought process came from?
I don't know where it came from.
Yeah,
Like my mom has 8 brothers.
Mm.
My dad wasn't around. I didn't have a relationship with my dad growing up. My Uncle T was that guy for me. Me and my Uncle Dan as well. Mm-hmm. Like 2 different things though. Uncle T was like my father figure. Like Uncle Dan was like big bro. Mm-hmm. Like he was my uncle, but he was like my big bro. But Uncle T took me everywhere. Uncle T took me to every football game. He had a 2-seater. So it was me and him. Literally, they thought that I was his son. It was just me and him. He was my adult, I would say, role model. We was on welfare, food stamps. You know what I mean? We didn't miss no meals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we were poor. Whatever I wanted, basically I got. I didn't ask for much. My grandmother is Earth Angel. Picked up the slack where my mom couldn't. My mom ran numbers. Not ran numbers. She worked for somebody that ran numbers. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. My mom did whatever she had to do to make ends meet. She would work for a welfare check, like down at Samaritan House. I remember when she got the job at Family Dollar,
mm-hmm.
like how happy we was, and then she ended up getting a job at the bank. But my mom was no nonsense, played no games, as strict as anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Especially with my sister. But my mom never complained, ever. My mom never cussed.
Ever?
Never said one cuss word. I've never heard her cuss.
Yeah.
My mom's never had a drink of any kind. Maybe it's like a daiquiri. She'd drink a half of one, and this is maybe 3 times, and be blasted. Never smoked, ever. That's, my mom was just, wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom made it look easy. That's my, like I said, didn't want for nothing. We didn't communicate much emotionally, but that's just how we was. You
Love
know, that's
is there though. You knew
always.
it.
That's
Yeah.
it's still my best friend. Talk to her every day. I have to, like, you know, I need that. But yeah, that was, you know, Market Square. Market Square was different than North End, South End. Like, you know, it was projects, more public housing.
Yeah.
We wasn't in it, but we was close to it. You know what I mean?
So you guys felt like that you were better than the North End?
Yeah. Yeah. Like at that time, yeah, like we was a step above them. We wasn't. No, I know we wasn't now, but you asked me how we felt. Yeah.
You had y'all nose.
Yeah, a little bit.
We in the square.
Yeah, North Market Square. We got a gate. You gotta know.
We got 2 entrances.
Yeah, you gotta know somebody to be in
You better
here.
hop that
You
joint.
can't even sit on the fence. Like, y'all sitting, what y'all doing? Yeah.
Yo, not sitting on the fence. That brings back
It was
memories.
gated,
Y'all was
bro.
highfalutin.
For sure. Yeah, we was definitely better than South End. They was ratch. Yeah, so
Shout out to North End. Shout out to South End. I've been in both.
you asked them, I'm gonna give y'all the raw truth. Yes, I felt we was better than them. Looking back, no, I was not. But that's pretty much it. It was always me, my sister, and my mom.
Yeah, bro. So like, there's a couple of things that come to my mind as far as what I envision your childhood to be like because of what we've talked about over the course of these years that we've been friends. And I want you to kind of like explain to us how music was intertwined into your childhood and the love of music kind of like arose to you, because the amount of times that you like recite a song or the lyrics, or you go back into the early 90s or whatever, it's just, or even 80s, you know, is wild to me. But it seems like that was a big integral part of like your childhood.
Music is the soundtrack to my life. So I say that you can say, when that song come out, bro, and I remember where I was in my life where that song came out, that's why I can say, oh, that was 1994. When my mom's was cleaning, it was Babyface, it was Keith Sweat, it was I'll Be Sure. Like that was
a consistent rotation.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
we all have consistent rotations. In my household,
after 7.
After 7, best hits on a cassette
Yeah.
in there, you know, like 100%. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it. It was Keith Sweat, it was I'll Be Sure, and it was who was the other one I said?
I lost it.
Yeah. I can't believe I forget already. But yeah, that's who it was. Like that's what the music was. So when it was cleaning time, you know, that's what my mom was playing. I don't know like how I don't know like when I realized that music meant so much to me. But like my introduction to rap was Nas, and it wasn't Illmatic, it was Written. That was 1996. I was 13. But I like R&B, like Babyface, yeah. Soon As I Get Home, Whip Appeal, all of that. I don't know, I just took a liking to music and we listened to it. I wasn't allowed to listen to music with cussing in it. Like, you know, my mom don't cuss. So
Right.
like, you know, she caught me. Like I got a hold of my cousin Ed's Too Short tape and played it one time, and he was talking filka fish. Yeah, and it wasn't good. Yeah, it didn't work out real well. But yeah, bro, music has always been the soundtrack to my life. Like I could just tell you where I was in my life, what I was doing, what was going on based off of a sound based off of a song and the artist of the song.
Yeah, man. It sounds like at least to me it sounds like storybook, you know, like it sounds like the movies we would watch, like Boys in the Hood or something like that. Like that feels like what it was like for you. And I know some of that sort of like feeling is what I have too, but it was fun to me, you know, like growing up in Steubenville and being a kid and going, you know, out and having fun in the city. Can you explain like what it was like from a fun perspective as well when you were growing up, say like late elementary, middle school? My mind goes to like Miss Terry's dances, Like those sort of things were always around for us to like figure
Yeah.
things out.
It started with the fun started with basketball was the intro to all of us getting together.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't play in 4th and 5th grade because I was in Odyssey of the Mind. And
For everyone that's thinking that means he's smart, that's the thing that he's trying to say right now. He was overly intelligent to so that he wasn't able to play sports because he went to do theatrics with like sort of like what do you call the ad-libbing? Theatrics with ad-libbing.
yeah, I was smarter than everybody at Garfield at my age. Black, white, Indian. Like I was him. Nah, but I didn't get to play 4th and 5th grade basketball at Garfield. I started playing in 6th grade, and then that's when we all connected. So Mikey didn't come back until 5th grade. But that's when 6th grade basketball was when I met D Hart. I already, Owens and Fletch was around, but like that's when people outside of the Garfield crew, like D Hart, like he didn't go to Garfield.
Right.
7th grade is when Keith didn't come till 8th grade, but we met Keith 7th grade.
Because he was whooping on us.
He was whooping on us for Fallings and letting us know it too. But 7th grade is when, like, that's when we is me, Mikey, Fletch, Owens, Keith, D Hart, Catone, BY. Like that was
All the same
age. Yeah.
In the same graduating year.
Yes.
At that time, we were all separate elementary schools, and because of basketball,
We all came together and we kicked it. Miss Terry's dances, you had to be there. You got served?
Yeah.
Would be like, I guess if you're painting a picture.
Yeah, You Got Served, Honey, all of those sort of movies. Save the Last Dance. Shout out to Sabrina Isaac. Save the Last Dance. You know what I'm saying right now.
Yes. Sabrina shut the Elks down.
Yeah,
She shut the Elks down.
Yeah.
So they would be like so the age range is 13 and 20.
Not to be mentioned.
Yeah, because them old heads was wild.
Yeah.
Y'all know what y'all was doing. You little nasties.
Get from around us.
Yeah, get from around us. Y'all was wrong. But it was a legit age range 13 to 18 with a couple scragglers that everybody was there. So they're on top of chairs, on top of bars. And it was We're in Girls versus Boss. Now there were other dance groups, but We're in versus Boss was like the equivalent of Blood versus Crip, like as far as in the dancing world.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it was a can't miss. You gotta see it. And man, it was crazy. And then afterwards was the dance. So they had the dance contest and then the dance afterwards.
Dance contest within the Elks.
Yes.
The dance was at the Elks.
Yes.
So everybody's just like allowing them the space in the middle to do their dance moves and have the sort of competition. And then right after the competition, whether they won or lost, everybody is just having the
Everybody is having the best time of their lives.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. But we kicked it. So we was basically, most of us lived off the hill. You was in the projects at the time. So I think just Damari, Fletch might have been on the hill at the time. But I say that to say we walk up the hill, we walk down the hill.
We was off the hill or on the hill.
Yeah, and up and so my house was like the gather spot, right? And that's the origin of Grimy. Is everybody would come to my house. We always had, in D Hart's word, we had drink meals. So a drink meal is just juicy. That was United Juice.
Like just the ability to have juice in the refrigerator at will, meaning like available, because that wasn't normal.
It wasn't.
Like you were drinking from the faucet.
Spigot
and
water.
Your house had drinks all the time available. For whatever reason, so you had drink meals.
It was a priority. Like my mom made it a priority to have drink meals.
Thank you.
But with that, my mom would come home and the drink meals are gone. And she would say, "You and your grimy friends drink up all my juice." Verbatim. That's what she would say. "You and your grimy friends drink up all my juice." I hated it. I couldn't stand it. My friends ain't grimy. I'm not grimy. I don't know when we just started embracing it, and that's how grimy became grimy.
Yeah.
For the origin, for y'all who don't know, my mom did coin the phrase, and she will let you know it anytime. Like the grimy, that grimy is her. But yeah, man, we kicked it. We was always deep.
Always together.
Always together.
Yep.
We didn't cause trouble. We was like Lottie Dottie. We ain't bother nobody. Like no. Yeah, hold up. Not Lottie Dottie in the hood. The song Lottie Dottie. Like, I mean, we wasn't Lottie Dottie. We ain't trouble. We ain't start trouble. Yeah, we ain't bother nobody. That was us, man. We just kicked it. We had a good time.
Yeah, man. So like, I feel like there was an availability for things like the Elks happening, generally speaking, and that's stuff that probably happens now too. But it was nice to have spaces that were drama free, violence free, that we could definitely hang out and enjoy ourselves as like young adolescents. I feel like this time period for us was like late middle school, sort of like 7th, 8th grade. This is a time where, like, you know, girls are piquing your interest, and our relationships are getting stronger, and we're figuring things out, and we like had a space to, like, you know, let our hair down. It was nice, man. It was nice, and like it was fun. But my vantage point of you in that time period, I don't know if I've ever really shared this to you. I probably did, but like probably not the way that I'm about to share it right now. You were the leader. So like you were like, I don't know, like the person who was in charge of the friend group. And I was peering at you, like looking at you as the leader, but also like how is he in a position that he is in to kind of like make the decisions for the group now? And I'm new to the group. So like, you know, for everybody that's listening, I came here when I was in 5th grade. We're talking about like 7th grade, 8th grade, me watching CJ be the leader amongst our group. And then thinking about like, how did that establish? And like for our group, to like paint the picture for y'all, we were like the fun-loving sports people that got good grades, that didn't get in trouble. So in our school system, we were like the cool kids. So like we were the cool kids, you were the leader of the cool kids, and I was watching you like facilitate the like friends group in a way that like made us have fun, or, you know, where we went, or like what the next thing that we did. And it kind of just like, it's kind of foreshadowing still, like I think you're still the leader of the group. Like right now in this moment of our friends group, I would think that you're the leader at 43, and you were the leader at 13, you know? So it's been like 30 years of you leading. You don't lead me, just to be clear, like it would be co-leadership when we're talking, but like you might, when we're out in the outside, you might lead them, but
you still call me to lead though.
to go back to it.
Hey, bro, can you lead?
Take the lead.
Can you take the lead on this, bro?
Yeah, I think the thought process. We'll get back to that.
We're gonna definitely get back to it.
But like you were a leader when you were 13, and like of a good group of dudes on a path to being good dudes. Like, so how did that come about? And like, did you know that when you were doing it? And, you know, like, how did it feel to be the man?
So when you say leader, I wasn't calling shots. I wasn't a shot caller. Bro, stop.
I mean, like, what shots are we talking about?
I'm just saying I wasn't like, you know, like.
You remember when you told him to quit talking to me?
I did not. They chose to quit talking to you because I was the leader, right? I didn't say y'all can't talk to him.
It. You said that. For clarity purposes, there was a time. This is probably the only time that we fought.
This was it.
Yeah. So, 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
8th grade. Me and CJ had a dispute, and the dispute caused us not to talk for the longest time period that we haven't talked since that time period. So, CJ was dating someone, and I didn't know. Because this was a time where we would rotate who we were dating like we rotated our socks. Like
You knew.
I don't know if y'all heard
We're gonna
that.
put it out here. We're gonna put it out here. You knew. Go ahead. We're rotating socks.
30 years later, he's saying I knew under his breath. I didn't know. I didn't know.
We were rotating socks.
So we were rotating girlfriends like we were rotating socks. But that period of time in Mortal Kombat was very popular, and we would say things like Scorpion wins, you're burnt, to like end a relationship with someone, like with crowds around us for the applause of like being the first person that dumped someone. So like that's how much the rotation happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all fair.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So he started dating someone that I had dated since I was in 6th grade. And this is now 8th grade. And probably dated her, I would say 3 times within the 6th to 8th grade time period. So it's familiar, basically. Like, you've dated her multiple times. I dated her multiple times. Whomever within, the school system has dated her multiple times. So
Sheesh.
we're literally talking about, like, on the phone, like, hey, you up?
Yeah, because you just put her as a
We didn't say no
floozy.
names.
No, we did.
Like, you up? Yeah, I'm up. You sleepy? I'm sleepy.
I mean, I'm sleepy, but I ain't sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the type of dating we're talking about. So, anyways, we get to Big Red football, and it's like, it's like the thing to do. Like, and that's another thing. Like, we had that sort of thing to do all the time in the fall. That was awesome. But anyway, so we get to Big Red football, and I see her. She has a pin on her. I'm like, let me wear your pin, because like everybody else was wearing other people's pins. And I'm like, let me wear your pin. And I don't remember like if I was like trying to go after her or trying to date her or anything like that. But I remember having the pin on and you seeing it, and it was like, it was the word. Can you explain from your perspective, seeing me wear that pin?
Nah, bro, because you got me looking real tender. I'm talking like filet, like it
Like soft as
yeah, bro, yeah, tender,
baby,
like yeah,
baby poop.
It wasn't that. No, I don't remember how I felt with you at the pin, but I want to go back to your question. I wasn't calling shots ever.
You were.
And because I want to make sure I answer your question.
Go ahead.
So, but the friend stopped speaking to Mikey
Yeah.
because me and Mikey had a
pin.
riff.
Over that pin.
Yeah, it was over the pin.
Yeah, over the pin.
But I wasn't tender. Whew. But I remember it different to you. I didn't tell them not to talk to you. I think they just chose my side. I think they just chose a side. Like, why wouldn't they choose my side, right?
Yeah.
But
You were the leader.
Yeah, so I never looked at myself as a leader. I would say I looked at myself as the point guard.
I was going to say point guard.
Yeah, so
But like, you're not a point guard.
no, not in hell, no, not in hoop.
Yeah.
But in as is comparing it, if we're using a basketball metaphor,
Yeah.
I was the point guard of the crew. I would say I'm still that. Just galvanize us, get us together, pull us together, just making sure that we having a good time, whatever the case may be. People galvanize towards me. I never looked at it, any kind of way. I love my brothers, so my biggest joy was just us being together, and like I never felt responsible, to I'm leading y'all down this path or nothing like that. It was just like I was just the one that my house was the gather point. We're going somewhere. We going together, like stuff like that. I don't think it's any different than what I'm trying to do with the community.
Yeah.
You know, is galvanize everybody together. I just wanted to, you know, keep us together. So I never felt like, I appreciate you saying that. At the 13 to 43 thing. So, you know, if you're saying that I was looked at as the leader, I respect that, and I appreciate it. Like, you know, it was never. I felt like I was the point guard, you know, of the crew, but never, you know, not the leader, and so to speak.
I think we used, you know, your Odyssey of the Mind over the top brain power to be able to navigate what we should do in that time period, because like you were like, you know, all jokes aside, like you were smart, like it was like known that this dude is like, he is sharp, and if we follow his lead, then we would be in a good spot. But also, like, you were there for a good time, you know, like you were there for fun, and you led us to some fun too. Can you
So can you reword the question and say, what was we doing?
okay, like, remember, you're the leader,
Yeah,
and you led us in a way.
I see what you did there.
You led us in a way.
That's BA, by the way.
You led us in a way that we followed. You know, your over the top intelligence, Odyssey of the Mind. You were in Scholars. You know, we were on the outside
The
looking.
way you brought that back.
So you led us to the side of Market Square. I had never seen a tea bag other than my stepmom drinking that. But when I saw how they were utilized on the side of Market Square, it was different to me. So I was just like,
I hope my mom ain't watching this.
right next to your house, like, you know, that
There
side.
was two big bushes
that
right
goes-
outside. Yeah. Your glasses fogging up because you ate poop. So real quick to touch on the tea bag.
Yeah.
Pause. We would smoke the tea bag, and then what would I turn to you and say?
I'm ripped.
Then I would ask you what?
So we upgraded from smoking tea bags to smoking Black and Milds.
Cherry blends.
We would freak the mild, and then we would smoke it, get that little, like, you know, nicotine
And then I
high.
say, you feeling it?
Ooh, I'm feeling it. And, like, to be honest, bro, we're in a rural community. You know, like, Steubenville is not a big city. There were things and outlets that, like, we enjoyed and have fun with, i.e. Elks, i.e. mischievous kids trying to, like, you know, do whatever. And you led us through that path as well. I just want to be clear on that.
That's
but
crazy.
I think Steubenville is kind of, like, misunderstood in that sort of thought process of, like, is it a good place to grow up? And is it still that good place to grow up? I know the school system is doing great and it's thriving, but, like, you know, talk to us about how you feel about what the school system, not the school system, but what it was like. Like, was it a great place to grow up? Did you get great morals?
Yes.
And then, like, what is it now?
Yes.
You are raising children here now.
I love Steubenville. Bro, I don't know nobody that loves Steubenville more than me. Maybe as much as me, but I love Steubenville. I am what I am because of Steubenville. Like, this is where I'm from. This is what molded me. Growing up, you know, there was the gang. You know, there was the gang. They were just starting to take form and everything, and we stayed clear of that. You know, glad we stayed clear of that. But all in all, bro, it was just home. I didn't know nothing else.
Yeah.
So, you know, y'all all had experiences elsewhere. Like D Hart in Florida, O came from DC, Fletch came from Dayton, P came from Fallensby, Tone was Steubenville, but you know, you came from California. Like, y'all had different perspectives. Almost everybody. Like, I was Steubenville. I always got love in Steubenville. Like, you know, everybody knew who I was. And you know, even now, bro, I think I think the school system's amazing. I think kids graduating with an associate's degree gives them a head start, you know, to even the race, so to speak. Opportunities that we didn't have. And I see the trajectory of Steubenville right now, like, going all the way up.
Yeah.
I see people supporting people. I see people stepping out of their comfort zone. I see people with an entrepreneur spirit, and I see a lot of positive energy and less BS, honestly.
Yeah. Bro, whenever I'm talking about Steubenville to you, I'm like, I watch my mouth, you know, because like I'm like, you are like Mr. Steubenville. But I'm gonna take us back just a little bit for a second, because I think like the picture that I'm painting is you as the leader or whatever, and it is true. I think you led us, and you had a really big presence at that time period and ongoing with our friend group. But I think we were all like a little bit like mischievous, you know, if I'm being honest. So my question to you is like, out of me and you, who do you think got in more trouble?
You.
What do you mean?
What you mean?
What?
You got caught with the roaches in the car.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. The ashes. Your dad knew it was blunt ashes.
But I didn't get caught with them. Y'all did that.
What? Repeat the question.
Okay. So I'm saying I like painted the picture that you took us to go on the side of the, you know, and like you led us through
we
that.
get it, the tea bags.
All right, right. So who do you think was more like the troublemaker amongst us, me or you?
It had to be you.
Okay. Why?
Because I wasn't a troublemaker. Like that's the only thing I could think of.
So you thought I was a troublemaker?
No, it's just
Like, I'm thinking mischievous.
Like what? Like I feel like you got examples.
Okay, my first example is tea bags.
Okay.
I gave you that. Second example was cherry blacks. I gave you that. I never knew what Miss Perlagos was. You showed me what Miss Perlagos was.
Okay.
And that I could go there and buy things. You told me that.
Okay.
So like those are the examples.
Buy what? Like cigars and blacks and stuff? Yeah,
and,
you're right.
And like she was that's a dang shame.
She did wrong.
Dead wrong.
Mass destruction amongst black
Seriously.
males.
Like get her. I'm glad like, I want us to
Single-handedly,
have
bro.
places to buy food and whatnot in the downtown area, but get her from out there.
Get from around me.
So those are the examples that I have readily available to you, where I feel like you were more mischievous than me, you know. But like, there's no way you think I was the person that was more mischievous than you.
You was coming to school high. You didn't come to high school. You went to school high. Don't let that go over y'all head. Smoke before school, morning crew. Lunch break, smoked. I wasn't doing that. True or false?
That's true. That's true.
So who's the leader? Kent State. I was in the room. You was out smoking weed with everybody. I was chilling. Right or wrong? Quote the line.
This is right.
Okay.
This is right.
All right. Okay. You got caught with the ashes in the ashtray.
Okay. I'll give you that. I got caught with the ashes. Nobody thought it was me though. And I think that's what I'm trying to say. It's like because of the accolades, like you had Odyssey of the Mind, Scholar, you know, you were Odyssey of the Mind, bro. Remember?
All right.
Like your mind is an odyssey.
It is.
So like let's be clear on that. You
it's
said
clear.
that.
Okay.
Like your mind is an odyssey.
I never said that.
You had all the accolades, and I did too. You know, like always on a roll, never disrespectful, held a job, also smoking every day.
Yeah.
You know, like so those are the
More than me.
I feel like are kind of like misunderstood about like us, you know, like just generally. Like we were good kids.
We were doing the same thing.
We were really, really, really good kids,
were.
but we were definitely we had the wool pulled over our parents.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say how old I was when I started, like when I started smoking weed. But I was young, bro. I was super young. And the crazy thing is my sister was getting in trouble for the same things we were doing. So we're 3.5 years apart. We were doing the same exact thing. She was getting caught. Smoking and drinking. We were smoking and drinking. But I was respectful. You know what I mean? I got good grades. My sister didn't. So yeah, we would give the illusion that we weren't those type of kids.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Yeah.
Because we weren't out here knocking people over. We were respectful to our elders. We knew how to conduct ourselves, but we was in it.
Yeah.
Like we
Good
was
at school.
Yes, all of that.
In sports, definitely respectful.
We was just doing mischievous stuff.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. And
At a high rate.
yeah, yeah. So I think like what I would think is like before this, what would people think? Who was the most mischievous? I think they would say you, but
That's fair.
I honestly think it was me, because like I'm gonna share a couple of instances that I think you can't relate to, like Macy's getting caught shoplifting,
You was a thief.
and Gabe's as well.
A serial thief, bro. Like, so who would think? Like, look, this Mikey Lamb, successful. Well, he wasn't a successful thief. Ass kept getting caught. But you're right, bro. I hated that too. I wasn't with you when you was stealing.
It was not.
I wasn't going, bro. I wasn't. See, I was trying to lead you on the right path.
Insert the teabag story just for clarity. Right path. Like, just I want to circle back because like there was paths.
I wasn't taking people's goods though.
But I was fighting the man.
Yeah, I wasn't taking people's. I wasn't taking people's.
They were trying to upsell us at Macy's.
So yeah, if you take that man's good, you can repay that man. Yeah, I wasn't doing that, y'all. Mom, I was doing some stuff. I wasn't stealing.
But I feel like all things encompassing, like we had a pretty special childhood. Like even through like later adolescence and high school, that made Steubenville special. Like can you talk to me about what makes Steubenville special, either back then or even right now?
It's togetherness, bro. Like so, figuratively and literally, we can talk about Steubenville. Steubenville can talk about Steubenville all we want. You can't be from outside of Steubenville and talk about Steubenville. We don't play that. We can be beefing internally. You call us Stupidville, and the whole 740 is on you. Like it's a togetherness that you wouldn't understand, outside of that bubble. It's Steubenville stands up for Steubenville.
Yeah.
From Friday nights. You have to experience Friday nights to understand. But to me, Friday nights embody Steubenville. It's it's one, a period of the year, a day of the week, a time of the day where people forget everything else, right? And they're under those lights the bleachers are on the field. The field is in a cemetery. And you forget about everything else that's going on, and one common goal, you know what I mean, is Big Red football. Like that's just Steubenville. I feel like we come together when it's time to come together. Like for an example, Steubenville go to Wheeling and tear up the club. Steubenville go to Weirton and tear up the club. East Liverpool tear up the club. Wherever they're at, right? Don't nobody come to Steubenville from outside of Steubenville and tear up the club. Because it's not happening. Like, it's on and they're going to get the issue. If it happens in Steubenville, Steubenville is riding for Steubenville.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And the way you describe Steubenville to me is like, it is, it almost feels like magic. Like it's like it's a magical place to grow up, and it feels, it's special. And I feel really blessed to have this experience after being in other places, and it took me a long time to leave, but having left and come back, like it is very different than I've seen anywhere else. And then I've been everywhere, in Pennsylvania, everywhere in Ohio, as far as like where my work travels has taken me, and I'm just like, there's nothing like this place. And like I'm not gonna say like I would probably combine the Ohio Valley in that thought process. Like I'm gonna drag
for sure.
Weirton in there. I'm gonna drag Wheeling in there because it's like that feeling that we have here is different. And I'm gonna try to progress the conversation outside of our childhood and growing up and whatnot, and talk a little bit differently. And I have a question for you that is very specific about the outskirts of like Steubenville. So we got Weir-Inn that's very like close to us, and then we have Wintersville that's close to us.
I know where you're going.
Well. Wheeling, I say, is like a little bit
Closer,
further. Yeah. And I'm specifically talking about culturally within like our community being black, you know?
Yeah.
Why is it your thought process that we're in Wintersville, dudes can't dress?
That's your thought process.
Share what you think. Why would it not like go past Steubenville the ability to put an outfit together?
Why don't you think they can dress? Let me ask. I hate to answer a question with a question, but
don't then.
Well, because I'm not the one that really judges fashion.
All right. Let me ask you this: do you think black guys are funny style?
They different. They different than us.
And
Not all of them.
I know you got friends.
Not all of them.
I know you got friends out there.
They different. But Wintersville's different.
What's in the water?
I don't know.
That separates
It's weird.
the decision making.
It's weird.
On the apparel choices when you get to Weirton. Like, what is?
I can't answer. Like the apparel, I would defer to you. You know, it's different though. Like. You'd be like, yo, man, you know,
he's from Weirton.
Wintersville. Like, you know, like, and it ain't just us, y'all. And I ain't trying to start no beef, but like,
I might be trying to start.
They probably say the same thing. Like, man, they stupid.
In another area.
In another area, yeah, like ratchet. Like, they just little Steubenville.
Yeah, but when we're talking specifically,
for it to be so close is different. It's just a little Wintersville. Like, you know what I mean? This is bigger than me.
Yeah,
it's bigger than me. I didn't come up with this. My Uncle T say the same thing.
Okay, all right, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let's give some flowers where they're necessary. Are there anomalies, like people that actually overcome where they lived at and was able to surpass the deficit in which normally would be how they dress?
Yeah.
Like give me an example.
I can't think of none.
I'll give you a couple, but they're fringe, bro. They're fringe. Like John Tay. Like John Tay could always dress, but he
fly. John Tay Steubenville though. He ended up going to Wintersville, but
I said it to say that.
Yeah, fly.
Like he was incorporating, that sort of dress. I feel like Cole House is fresh.
House, I would say House. Yeah, for
I feel
sure.
like that friend group has a few people that can actually put that ish on. So like, there's that, but like the Weirton Steubenville dynamic is interesting.
It's different.
Like, have you ever been to Weirton outside of a party, crossroads, or work? Like, do you know how to navigate those streets?
Yeah. Well, my great grandmother is from Weirton. She lived on Weir Ave. Her house is still on Weir Ave. So we was over there a good bit, like a good deal. Also, my mom's boyfriend at the time, he was from Weirton. So he lived right off of Pennsylvania. But navigate the streets. I mean, I knew Weir Ave. Like, I knew the Millsault. I don't want to navigate the streets of Weirton.
I feel like it's like a little wild to be like right there. Like I can't get to Marlin Heights, bro. Like I don't know how to.
No, I'm GPS to Marlin Heights.
I don't know where I'm going. Like
same.
No, if I'm not going to Three Springs, or
Harmon Creek, Cove Road,
or the Millsault, like it's a totally separate and different world.
Absolutely.
It's wild that it is that separate, and also they can't dress.
Hey, Leroy died, man. But y'all, hey, man, this is truth telling, man. Speed, hold up. Speed, what's going on in the chat, baby? What's going on over there, man? Give me what you. I do want. Like, I know people ask Mikey questions. I do want to give Mikey the opportunity to answer the questions from the chat. But if you want to break down Speed, give me a little summary.
There's a lot.
Okay.
I mean, there is a lot, so we got some catching up to do.
All right, let's do that.
I'm gonna read the first 5. She got like 15 questions in here, so she.
Who got 15 questions?
Like, I don't know. She had some stuff on her mind that has some stuff on his mind. So I'm gonna get to some of these.
All right.
I ain't never I put my reading glasses on.
So yeah, make sure we get through more than just Cheryl Renee's 15.
I definitely am.
Shout out to Cheryl too for the 15 questions.
But like, so there is one directed at you, but it's like, what's your favorite friendship memory together? What examples of healthy relationships shape your view on marriage? What was your first impression of each other? I think they kind of answered that.
No, I got a story for that though.
And then CJ, growing up, this is a very, very nice one. Growing up without a father, what inspired you to believe in marriage? That's a major question. And last but not least, what kind of support from black women has made the biggest difference in your life?
I'm gonna let Mikey handle that, because I know I can answer that as well, but I want him to answer that. I want to answer favorite memory as a friend group. There's a couple, and ironically, D Hart ain't in none of these memories. First of which was our birthday party, our 30th birthday party, the all black party.
Yeah.
Probably the best time I've ever had. Second of which was your wedding in Philadelphia. That was a movie, and to see all of us there, like, to me, bro, I would walk out of a hotel. We in downtown Philly on Broad Street. I would walk out of the hotel and see one of my guys crossing the street. Like, you know what I mean? We stand in different hotels, and to come out of a hotel in Philadelphia and see your man like running through traffic, like going, like, that just felt different to me. Like, look at my guys down here in downtown Philly celebrating my man, you know what I mean, in one of the biggest extravaganzas ever, and we was in that together, like, in that element. I also want to answer what, you know, growing up without a father, what inspired me. You know, I think it was something regarding marriage. I'll say this, my mom deserves way more than what she was given or what she has. And I always wanted my mom to be a wife because she deserved that, because of what she dedicated to my sister and I and to my family in general. She always gave, and I don't feel like she got the love and return that she deserved. So it was a priority to make sure, you know, whoever that I ended up with, I you know, basically for my mom, for myself as well, but I wanted to be, you know, I wanted to give that person what I felt my mom deserved, and you know that ended up being Ashley. So that's the, you know, the reason why I pursued marriage, and not just the reason. I mean, Ashley's the reason, but that was a contributing factor to why I pursued marriage, was just wanting that for my mom and feeling like my mom deserved that. So, you know, I wanted to make sure whoever I ended up with, that I gave them that.
It's dope.
And yeah, I want you to answer about your, you know, the role that Adrian plays in your life.
Yeah, of course. So just to circle back, Speed, there were a few questions that you mentioned. One was first impression, and then the role of black women in our. I can't find the like. The end of that sentence, the role of black women in
that has made the biggest difference in your life.
Yeah, the role of black women making a difference. Okay, all right, and then something about like our friendship was said about like what does our like something about vulnerability in our friendship or the way that we talk to each other. I feel like there was something said there too. I think you guys got my first impression of CJ, like leader. Amongst like, you know, the friend group, but also he was like the like, I don't, as you call it, an olive branch, or like you like put your hand out to reach over to pull me in whenever we were in Garfield together, and I was the quietest person you could ever think of.
Oh, first impression. That was the question. Yeah.
So like I was the quietest person that you could ever think of, and you saw me when nobody else was seeing me, and you're like, "Oh, dude, you know, come in." And then that repeated itself when I decided to like step out and be like, "Oh, this is what they do." they play basketball, so I'm going to try to play basketball. I've never played basketball before, but I'm going to try. So I stepped out and tried to play basketball, and you allowed me to come in because you saw me then when I told, one of my first jokes, and you pulled me in after that. So like that's my first impression. It was like, oh, this is the type of dude that like sees people and sees who they are and where they're at and helps them navigate through wherever that space is. And that's something that I've appreciated with you over the course of time. I have so many memories of you like seeing me and being like, oh, whoa, I gotta like either pump the brakes on what I'm doing right now or help you navigate this in a different way. Or even like, you know what, I'm gonna let Mikey do him and I'm gonna gracefully say, this is not me, a space for me and him to like kind of like commingle in the way that he's doing things. And I appreciate that even too, because that like created a lot of lessons for me too, of who I wanted to be without like the leader of the group helping me. But I want to talk about specifically Black women because like it's hard to say like I'm a feminist because like I'm not on a ground level fighting for rights or anything like that, but I want it to be equal, like that's my thought process. Like I want it to be like no preconceived notions, no differentiation of pay. I want them to be seen as strong and able to do whatever, seen as soft and able to do whatever. Like I want it just to be like I want that to be the status quo. So like for me, whenever I was being raised by so many Black women and to kind of paint the picture clearly for you, whenever I got back to Steubenville, there was 3 women in my grandmother's household in which I was raised with my grandmother. And then that was it. Like there was no men outside of Uncle Bobby, and he was in and out and whatnot. But it was like just women helping me navigate through those like early adolescence, early adolescent years. And I watched them be strong for families and show up inside that household and then outside with like all of my friends. It was like Miss Tanya, it was Miss Shetty, it was, all of the single woman households that fostered the relationships that I had with these men and created whatever they were like their character pull, their decision making, all of that stuff was like corralled by these strong women. Like nobody was stronger than your mom. Nobody was stronger than Miss Tanya. Those were strong people helping us through everything that we did through. And then I had the examples in my household of my Aunt Terry, my Aunt Deb, my grandmother, my mom in spots, and then, everybody else around us. And that helped me be as strong as I am now. And I remember being in my grandmother's party and talking through, like, she was turning 75 and we did a surprise party. And I was able to speak at the time. And I was just like, my grandma made me the man I am. And like, I like being vulnerable. I like having a little bit of like ability to connect to myself emotionally to show up for my daughters or to show up for myself in a special way at work or for you or my friends. Like it's not because I was raised by strong Black women that were able to clearly tell me what they were going through and fight through without the machismo that a man has of being strong and stoic and I don't have emotions and I don't cry and then like that's all I do. Like that allowed me to be vulnerable in spaces that I can be vulnerable now, and that is because I was raised by Black women. So like when I say I'm a big fan, and it's hard to like. I'm not just a fan. I have so much love in my heart for Black women because of how they've raised my friends, how they raised me, how they had to fight differently and work through everything that this country has put them through. It's hard to put into words. And hopefully, I did it okay. That is like one of my true passions, and I think a catalyst for why I am successful.
So present day Black woman, let's talk specifically Adrian. Obviously we know her role, but how does she make you better?
Yeah. She made me better in so many ways, but the one that's in my mind right now is like, she made me so less selfish, like so less about me and more about like everything else. There was no person that I was dating ever before that made me feel in the space where I was like, oh yeah, I'll just give that up, or like it's not a big deal for me not to do that. It was her that was like, oh yeah, because I feel like we're so like built to be together. It's like, okay, like if this is what it takes in order for us to be together, I'll give that up. I'll give that up too. And that's a big thing that she taught me. She taught me like to think broader than just me. There's so much more about like finance that she taught me. She taught me how to like think before I speak to, and this is not like in a way that where she was like, hey, you need to think before you speak. It was more like, as we've had our relationship and had conflict or whatever, like it has brought me to a space now where I can pause and think and reflect before I say something. Like I'm a Kirk out, like, you know, like
you're a crash out.
Yeah, I'm like a retired crash out. So like now,
when you retired, put your 2 weeks in. Oh, my fault.
So
you're right. Go ahead.
So now because of her, it's like I've navigated through that way that I like talk, you know, even differently because of her. But yeah, shout out to Adrian for that.
Shout out to Adrian real quick. I just want to expand on that a little bit. Perfect for you. Like God made her for you. She's so even keel. She's so loving. She's so giving. She's just so consistent. You know, and I can tell how much she's made you better. And I say that because you were steadfast on, I don't want to have kids because I don't want to have to love something that much, you know, like more than I love myself. And these are facts. Like, yeah, I'm, you know, like you literally said this, like, and for me personally, her and her family are Black excellence. And I stress that. And to me being a dad of 3 daughters, to be able to put my girls in that space and be in that house with them, you know, or, you know, whatever the case may be, to be in their presence, and for her to see, you know what I mean, 3 sisters with Adrian, Gabby, and Camille,
right.
As well as Miss Violet, and how strong they are as Black women and successful. They're everything I want my girls to be, and I appreciate it. I appreciate so much being invited to that space, and I'm big on if you see it, you can be it, and they exhibit like that's what Black excellence is, specifically from a female standpoint with them. So, shout out to the Clark sisters and Miss Violet and specific, especially Adrian. Like I said, she's I said again at your wedding that, you know, there's 2 sides to love, right? There's the giving part and there's the receiving part. And the love you give, the love you've always gave, it would take a special person to give you that love back, because you give so much and you gave so much, and you never experienced that in return. Like, you didn't ask for it, but you never experienced it. You wasn't focused on experiencing it. And she came at the right time and was able to provide you with the love that you deserve. Yeah. Because you definitely deserve that. So, again, shout out to Adrian, you know, for that. And couldn't, literally not a better person, like, for my best friend as far as to choose for your wife.
It's wild, too, because, like, me and Adrian kind of had a conversation this afternoon about how people see her in our relationship, and then I had a conversation yesterday where like people, I was with a few friends and they were like explaining like their vantage point, and like I'm an introverted extrovert, so like generally speaking, I'm shy. So like I don't want to talk, especially
Same.
like in a space where like I don't know anybody. So I'm
Same.
gonna be quiet. I'm gonna observe. I'm gonna sit back, and when I feel comfortable, then I'll talk. But if I'm in an environment that I feel comfortable, then I'm like, let's go. Then I'm the extrovert, you know, whatever. And people see me as an extrovert, and then they expect when they meet Adrian that she's the same way. She's gonna be like, "Yo, what's up?" Like, "Oh my goodness," like that sort of thing. And like that's not her. She's not. She's excitable, especially around specific things. Like get her at a UNC basketball game, or you know, talk about like 90 Day Fiance. She's excitable, but like the space where you're greeting her for the first time, if you're expecting her to match the level of energy that you've seen from me, it's just not gonna happen. But anyway, so like the dynamic that is our relationship is like true opposites attract. Like we are those polar opposites on a lot of different levels. The way she grew up, the way I grew up, the way we eat, what she eats, you know, like those sort of things. And like it creates that perfect union that we have. Not perfect. The union that we have that we are still working through to perfect. And you know, like it's because of how she is or how she grew up and whatnot. But it is different for people to see her. And I love that you said that, because like you know her better, or on like I would say Derek and Alicia know her really well, my brother-in-law and my sister, and then you know her really well. So like for you to say that, you can see it, and other people on the outside looking in that haven't been as intertwined in the inception of our relationship through all the way to where we're at now are like, I don't understand. And like that comes up, like it comes up as they see her when she's out and about, and it comes up when they see me as well. So like it's nice that people like really get it. And I think the family gets it. Like my family, Adrian's family gets it as well.
You mentioned perfect a couple of times, and like you know backed off of it, but y'all perfect for each other. I don't think you have to back off of that. Like you guys are definitely perfect for each other.
Yeah.
Speed. Anything else?
Yeah. To be honest, it's just a lot of star centers. They sending them. They loving the conversation.
We appreciate the stars.
Loving it. Everybody giving Adrian her flowers. That's really it.
All right, you got what you got? What else you got?
You know, I did my AI, John, and I have like a few different things that like would take us in a different direction. If you want to go down that route, but if you got something else that you wanted to talk to, I could.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, so we're gonna just pivot, right?
Okay.
So we talked about Steubenville, we talked about our childhood, talked about a lot of different things. Now I want to just like talk about like some moments that changed everything. So I think the first question is, and it's maybe hard to think about in one specific instance, but like what moment changed your life?
D-Hart dying. I had never experienced a loss like that. I had lost Chuck. We had lost Chuck. BY ended up passing after D-Hart, but you know, Chuck and I, as Chuck was my friend for sure, but D-Hart was my brother. Yeah. Losing D-Hart the way we lost D-Hart, the void that we still have without D-Hart, doing this without D-Hart, seeing his kids, you know, dead on him, spit an image, and you know, flourish academically and athletically. But just losing D-Hart, it changed so much. For instance, I don't think you move to the Philadelphia area if D-Hart doesn't die, because of your relationship, which a lot of people don't know. Like, because you wouldn't think, because Talks was wild for the night. Like, wild for the night. Wildest boy.
Yeah.
And his wildest running mate was Mikey. And you wouldn't know that unless you was intertwined in the group. Like, and that caused you to leave, which was another, adjusting to life without you here. Losing D Hart, I just never felt no hurt like that before, bro. I never felt the pain like that before. That changed a lot. Ashley was 6-7 months pregnant, so I was going through a transition in life. We were 29. No, we were 30. We were about to turn 31. I'm sorry. And like growing into like our really manhood and everything. And D Hart was what kept the card games going. He's what kept the party going. And that stopped.
Yeah.
That stopped. All of that stopped. The spades game stopped. The tonk game stopped. The kicking it stopped. As much as we kicked it, it's not even close. It's actually very evident. We all played a role, right, in our friendship, and D Hart was the glue that kept us together as far as having a good time. As far as cards, you know what I mean? Pool, like D Hart was that guy. Maybe arguably the best spades player, the best pool shooter. Just D Hart was the glue that kept it together for us being together, and you as well, because you threw the parties. We had to get togethers at your house as we got older, and I'm sure that was a void for you as well because you left, and that changed the way we mingle as friends, and that all started in 2013, in October 2013 when D Hart died.
Yeah, man. I couldn't agree more on what moment challenged my life the most. Like, there are moments in my life where if I had an opportunity to go back, I would change it, or like I wish it was different. Like my stepmom passing away, moving back here, I don't know where I would be if that changed. But it happened, and then I had to deal with changing, going from California to coming here. There's other moments like that, but there's no moment that challenged me more than D Hart passing away. At the same time as D Hart passing away, my grandma moved to Georgia. Like, I'm a grandma's boy. Everybody knows about that. But like, I love the way that my grandma got my family together, and I love the way that D Hart and your sort of like synopsis of like he had the team together, like us. Like, I would say leader as well, but in a different way. He was the leader of the party.
Yeah. He was the party.
So
he was
whenever,
the birthday.
Whenever
he was, bro. Who was the birthday, bro?
He's the birthday.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, he's the what's more than birthday? He's that. So like, move him out of the equation, and it challenges everything. And like you said, like, we were going out all the time, having a blast. Like, add Bleez to that blast, incorporate whomever, to the blast that we're having. But remove D Hart, the relationships between everybody else were like, because they were tight with him too. So whenever he was gone, the void is there. And I tried to stay, like, and still do the same sort of thing. And I couldn't, and that's when it was never possible for me. Like, I was 32 when I left. I lived here since I was 10 years old, in where I'm at, like, in Steubenville, 10 to 32. At 27, 28, 29, it was not possible of me leaving Steubenville and going anywhere else because I was having so much fun in Steubenville. I was having fun with you, was having fun with Speed, but I was having so much fun with D Hart and going out and like, kicking it, and my family was here. So there was no absolute way that I was going to allow my career to navigate where I lived at. And they tried. They tried when I was in Robinson, or I was like wherever. They're like, just go to Monroeville. I'm like, I'm not driving 50. I live in Steubenville. Like, move. I'm like, nah. Like, whatever. And it, honestly, it caused me gaps at work because like everybody was having fun with their coworkers, and I'm like, okay, like this is work. I got a whole life back in Steubenville that like I'm kicking it with. So it created that sort of like, oh, I have the ability now to get up and out, because what was drawing me here, grandma gone, D Hart gone, it's not a draw anymore.
Yeah.
So that it took me that way. And I it's hard to say like I got my family because of that, but I did.
No,
you know,
I mean, that's
like,
just the way it worked.
Yeah, it's just like
that's how it worked.
Yeah.
For those of y'all who didn't know, first of all, can I have an ask, man? If y'all could drop some red hearts in the comment for D Hart. I'm just reading a comment from Jet. It's wild to think about all the things Talks meant to so many. He was the link between me and y'all whole crew. Me and Bones never got cool without Talks. Man, that's Talks, man. For y'all who didn't know, D Hart was funny. There was two different D Harts. So you get a sober D Hart, you ain't gonna get much from him, right? Other than us,
Yeah.
Like outside of us, you ain't gonna get much from him. Non-sober D Hart, we'll call it, was wild for the night and the night after. But just man, ain't bother nobody. Was all about keep the party going. Like that was if D Hart, like if Talk's nickname would have been keep the party going. Like that's what he was, man. And he was, man. He was that for us. He I don't even know if he knew, but he was a glue. And once he left, man, it created a void that we still haven't filled. So yeah, drop them red hearts for D Hart. What'd you say, Scrap Man is Lukey, Setner Detner, Talks his talks, put your money in your socks. Man, we had our whole language. And Talks was the architect in the
it's because he had a little bit of an impediment.
He did have an impediment. He couldn't say sausage.
Yeah.
But
say Sasha.
He couldn't say Sasha or Shasha. But nah, we can literally have a whole conversation. We still can. We could have a whole conversation and nobody would know a word. Nobody would know what we're talking about. But D Hart was like that was him. Mm-hmm. He was the architect of that, man. And I miss him every day. But we do this for him. So man, we appreciate the red hearts for D Hart, and to know him was to love him, and we miss him dearly.
For sure. All right, I'm gonna keep this thing going. These are tough questions. Actually, like, I think I was driving here, and I was thinking about like this question specifically, and like CT, this is a tough question. And I was like, should I ask it or should I not? Was the thought process. And I feel like the way that we've went through this sort of conversation, I feel like you would be willing to answer it. I'm scaring you?
Yeah, what's the question?
All right, so my question is, are you close to it? It's specific.
What y'all was conspiring?
I needed some help with it, and I just wanted to make sure that we were clear. Do I need to segue it even more? Speed, let me know. Give me 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 12 seconds. So we don't really, I don't know, like talk about work and life a lot, and some of the things that come up in this specific moment kind of like intertwine both. And I know the last time that I was here, I brought up some of the stuff that I had that like make my work impactful to me. Mm-hmm. This sort of thing makes my like friendship with you impactful.
What's going on?
I just wanted to make sure that you knew before I said this, like, that was about 12 seconds. Okay, let me. I'll do it for you.
Hold on, I got it.
You got it? You got it?
I got it.
All right. So the question is, this is so much suspense. Do you not got it?
Why am I scamming? Say, screaming
50 cash.
Go yard bag.
Where they at?
Throw that shit in that bag.
Girl, go on that go yard bag. Spinach. Spinach. Spinach.
Yo, where they at?
Bro,
Spinach.
The segue.
what you wanted to wear on the boosted ass?
Where they at, bro?
You was the boosted ass bitch.
With the hitters first, girl, here.
Bro, you was stuffing that in that bag, bro.
Yo, did Carisha do it again?
She did. Song of the summer. Bro, yo, crazy.
Bro, we were supposed to be like the question is,
Oh yeah, I like that. I was wondering what y'all was on. You said it was a tough question.
bro, but like no. So like part of what we love about each other is like we're a party. You know, like we're a party. We have a lot of fun, and we could take a song like that and be okay like jamming out to it and having a good time, and then insert Party by Beyonce, insert City Girls, I forget the one, Act Up. Like there's a lot of songs like that where it's like you're not supposed to dance, or like these sort of songs where it's like, come on now, like all we trying to do is have a good time, you know? And that's like, I feel like that's what we've done over the course of time. So I want to give you the opportunity to talk through this. Like we party, and I don't know if anybody has been able over the course of decades to show up and party the way that we've partied for as long as we've done it.
Nah, people who don't know us think we just started throwing parties, right? So I feel like when they think parties, the gold standard is our 30th birthday party. First of all, it was free. It was something that had never really been done with the all black, everybody dressed up. What was like the first 100 shots was free. We didn't make nothing from that. We was turning 30 years old. Like, and our, you know, the way we did that was crazy. But we've been throwing bangers since our senior year in high school. So I was moving from my grandma's house to Hill Ave. This is 2000 going into 2001. So this is Fletch's 18th birthday. Fletch's birthday is on New Year's Day for those who don't know. We decide 7 o'clock, maybe New Year's Eve, that we're going to have a party. My mom's working midnight. She knows about it now, y'all. My mom's working midnight, so that was 6 to 6. We didn't even have furniture in the crib yet. We was literally transitioning to the crib. We decided we're going to have a party now. Mind you, this is 2000. We're going into 2001, so maybe one of us had a cell phone. We all had pagers. There was no social media.
Zero social media.
No social media. We decided we want to have a party. The party's like the hood equivalent of Project X. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
The party is bananas.
Yeah.
I don't even know how everybody got the word. We were stealing chairs off of our neighbors' porches
like
for people
lawn
to sit.
Chairs,
Yes,
like
lawn
the
chairs.
Plastic white lawn chairs.
Yeah, we went through the South End
all through
and stole chairs.
And we brought all those chairs in.
And
it was standing room only.
Standing room only.
Like the amount of we were packed like sardines in there, and it was a huge house. Like nobody really went upstairs.
My sister wouldn't let anybody upstairs.
Main level, kitchen, living room, dining room, downstairs. You had a full basement that was finished. It was like packed everywhere.
It was packed everywhere.
And we did it
4 hours.
Yeah, I was going to say like the span of time, because we figure it out the night before and then wanted it to have the next day?
No.
Or it was like same day?
That day we want to throw a party.
Yeah.
And we just threw a party.
Yeah.
So that started it. After that, we threw 2 more New Year's Eve parties. One at Fletcher's house on Highland and one at Bark's house, which were crazy as
Bangers,
well.
yeah.
Like bangers. So we been doing that. And Bones and Biz and BG had the party at Aunt Terry's house.
Yes.
For the one prom that was we wasn't even
and
kicking
if it
with
wasn't
them.
for what you'll know who I'm talking about, it would have been the no violence ongoing every party every single time. But
they punched on Ben Fuller there. Yeah, knocked his eye out of his socket.
Poor Ben.
Yeah, he was a victim of circumstances. But nah, we've been throwing parties.
Yeah.
Like that's literally what we do. So this isn't new. Like we've always been able to throw parties. Always been able to throw the best parties. The coup de grace was our 30th birthday party. You had to be there. And speaking of parties, so we're having a white party, right? So we're having a white party that is September 5th. And we're having the cookout on September 6th. More tickets will be available. More for that coming soon. But it's crazy because you're not going to be able to come to the white party. But I can't get mad because you're going to the goddamn U.S. Open. So who got friends that be like, yo, I can't come to your party. I'm going to the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
It's what I do every year. Dope. I mean, you know how to position it to where I can't even get mad.
No, because like at inception, you're like, hey, I'm thinking about this. It's like, was this Labor Day?
Yeah.
You know, my Labor Day is U.S. Open.
I go to US Open.
And shout out to Adrienne and her family who intertwined tennis into my life, and now we go to the U.S. Open every single year. It's dope, and it's like it's great, but I'm missing now what will be the party of the year.
So what they say is, no matter what the theme, no matter color theme or who's throwing it or who's involved, if one of us is involved, it's a grimy party, right?
Yeah.
And you know what they like? Hey, don't nobody party like the Grimies. Like don't nobody know how to throw a party like the Grimies. Yeah. It's a fact. Like, and it's not even it's not arguable. Mm-hmm. Like as far as sustainability, consistency, not missing, we throw bangers in the Ville.
Yeah.
And I attach my name to him. Like Mikey was the one responsible. Mikey was the vision. I was a name, you know what I mean, mm-hmm. to get people to come. But the vision and the execution of the party, that
has now stopped though.
Yeah,
like, that's past tense.
You're mad now about that.
Now, legacy between you and Speed, you guys have done a phenomenal job of continuing, and I have no parts in it. So like, it's dope because like, just like so that everybody knows, I did everything and CJ showed up in our previous parties.
Yeah, I like promoted it like you put my name on there. It was like mention my name, bring the whole city out. It would have been a dud if I wasn't involved. Right. But you do have a part in this because of watching you. I know what right looks like. Mm-hmm. Like I know what a party looks like. Yeah. I know what the planning should look like, what the execution should look like, aesthetically what it should look like, and I know what people want. Because of we threw 3 parties together.
Yeah.
We threw the all-black party, followed up the next year with the all-white party on the 5th of July, and then in 2018 we threw the party in Weirton. And so for those who don't know, this ain't new to us. Yeah. Like we ain't new to the game. We true to the game. Like and
bro, like the I know we talked about this, but like if you want to have fun in a carefree way with no violence, like you're gonna look at us because we're the way that we kick it. Just generally, whether we're at George's back in the day or Petey's right now or wherever people kick it right now, like if you're around a bunch of us, we're telling jokes, we're having a bunch of fun, and we're not trying to be violent. And when you put that in an atmosphere that is kind of like, we're corralling people to get there, that's what they expect. They expect, and like because we're not from Weirton or Wintersville, they expect to be dressed in appropriate attire. They expect to be having fun, to like be lit, and like to be no violence. And I feel like we've delivered on that over the course of time with our parties. There's like a speckle here and there of like, oh, why did you do that? In this moment, like as far as like escalating, but like we kick it. And that's how it's always been from the time it started when Miss Shetty figured out that we had a party at her house and we weren't supposed to, all the way to, your last party that you guys just had recently. And now the next one is about to happen.
It's been 25 years. Of successfully throwing parties.
Yeah.
Like it's not an accident. Like we know how to throw parties. We know what the people want. and we know how to provide the vibe that and they look to us for that, bro. Like it's expected, and it's actually in demand. So like there's a little bit of pressure to produce that. Speed, you got anything else?
Nah, man, just dang, man, you ain't tell me you ain't gonna make it. But don't worry, hey, don't worry. Just because you can't make it, we definitely have sponsorship options for you. But nah, my man Bleezy said his interviews are harder, or what's he talking about?
Most charisma. I set the most trends.
Oh, okay.
And my interviews are harder. Holla.
So he's Hov.
Lyrical exercise. Hov. Yeah.
Can't wait to see Bleez.
What else you got, bro?
I got a few more things. I'm just trying to look at these comments. All right, so I got a few rapid fire things that might create a bit of a dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
I think before I jump into that, I'm just going to go through like a couple things with friendship. So we talked about like how we've been friends, and like you tied D Hart's passing to like one of the things that was the most impactful for you in your life. Same thing for me. Where I want to like circle back to is D Hart was 6th grade, right?
Yes.
D Hart was 6th grade where the relationship started. He passed away when you were 30.
Yeah.
So that was like 20 years of friendship. And before that, because of how we were friends, that was almost every day. Like there was like probably like 10 years of that where it was every day. And it was probably a little bit more sparingly towards the end. A friendship is extremely meaningful. And I think that like it's healthy and it helps you with your mental health and blah, blah, blah. Why do you think that the friendships either that started in 6th grade and, you know, either continued or whatever, or start now and then continue last, just generally?
Because it was a priority. Like, friendship and brotherhood was a priority for us, and we took it serious. We took it serious to uplift each other, even if we didn't know it. We took it serious to be around each other, to provide those laughs and jokes, and, you know, like brotherhood, like it meant something to us. Respectful of each other, respectful of boundaries and privacy, and knowing, you know, regardless of what happens when we get together, it's a movie. I think also we are all like-minded individuals, you know, different personalities and such, but, you know, pretty much into the same things, and just respect, bro. I feel like we were, I always say, aware that you're rare. I just feel like we're all aware of what we have is rare, and we prioritize it. I'll give you an example. Maze, you know, Damari, who people might not associate as closely with us as he actually is. Like, he makes it a priority to call weekly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And hey, what's up, people? How you doing? Just checking on you. You know, we don't talk to each other as much as usual. I just want to make sure you're all right. You know what I mean? That means something to me. Bark, he don't come around as Bleez, and I can't mention friends without mentioning Bleez.
Yeah.
Bleez is the friend. Yo, what's good, bro? I need help with this refrigerator. 15 minutes later, the fridge is on his back. Literally on his back. He's the fridge. Yeah. William Perry. He's literally like whatever you need, you know, literally whatever you need, man, he's there. And, you know, like I said, same with you, same with Speed, same with everybody. You know what I mean? I think it's just how we prioritize each other, but respect the boundaries. But, you know, at the end of the day, all we got is us, and we realize that.
I feel like too, like, and I think you kind of said this in the Bleez example specifically. It's like we know how rare it is to have the level of friendship that we have that has lasted now, I don't know, 3+ decades for a lot of us.
Yeah.
You know, like we have 30 years of friendship with a lot of us. We know what that doesn't that's not normal for other people, and we have to definitely do something to protect it. And the thing that I think in the Bleeze examples that showed up is like we do something to protect it. We show up.
Yeah.
You know, like we show up for each other. And I want to give a very specific example that just happened to me, where one of the friends that are for me, before even the 6th grade, when we all interconnected as Grimy, like one of the friendships that were created in the North End kind of like showed up and in a new way that I wasn't expecting. Like, I'm dealing with how to let my mom into my life in this moment, you know, like, because she hasn't been in my life for any moment, you know, like that I can remember. She hasn't been in my life for any moment. So I'm dealing with the fact that she is in a space because of her sobriety now to be in my life. And I'm struggling with it. You know, it's not easy for me because it's not normal. And I've been I've been navigating through life without her for this course of time. So I'm dealing with that. And I figured out that one of our friends that has been friends with us for forever, you know, for me, it's been since 5th grade, has intimate knowledge for a specific reason on what's happening. And I was like, and I like text them, and in our friend group, there are friends that you are very close with, and there are people that are on the outside, and like not because of any reason, but like I don't talk to this person every day. I don't reach out to them all the time. When we get together, it's love, and that's great, you know. But like in that moment, I text him for the first time probably in years, you know. And what happened because of my text was a response, and then another response. Instead of responding again, he just called me. He's like, "Yo, just talk to me," and I talked to him, and the level of relief that I got from the conversation is wild, and I didn't expect it to come from that source. You know, like I didn't expect that person to relieve me of the stress that I was like having from that sort of situation, and that is what friendship can do over the course of time. I know what he was like 20 years ago in that environment, but like when I needed him the most, he
was there for you.
Showed up, and I needed him. There was no other person that could help me through that moment like that person did, and friendship is what does that. My next question to you is like, so we talked about like why friendship lasted. To me is like those moments where you need them, they show up. In friendship, hopefully you guys are like figuring things out and learning, you know, like that's, I think what has made our friendship thrive. What do you think is the biggest thing that you learned from our friendship group?
Loyalty and togetherness. I'll give you an example. So Adrian just had the Mother's Day brunch, and to see our significant others, you know, and them get together and have a good time based off of our relationships. Cruz is one of AJ's best friends. You know what I mean? Based off of me and Keith. So it's taught me loyalty and togetherness, bro. And that it's okay growing apart, but the love is never lost. Like, you know, everybody's not into what we're into, you know what I mean? People are into different things, professionally, personally, whatever the case may be, but it's always love. And it's taught me amongst everything, bro, that it's rare and people don't have it. most people don't have it, and most people will never experience what we experience. You know, like people be like, man, I don't got no friends. I feel bad for you. I got brothers. Like I do. That's the main thing it's taught me is how rare we are, and to embrace that.
Yeah.
Because we have what people spend a lifetime seeking.
Yeah. I feel like we have a little bit of an audience right now where we could like potentially drop the veil and let them behind the scenes to understand the level of conversations we have, so that they can, I don't want them to like aspire to that, or if they don't have it, of course, but like in order for you to have a good friend, I feel like this is what should happen. Like, and by drop the veil, I mean like, I said like, I could be vulnerable with you. I can talk to you about like my feelings about what's happening. And to just paint that picture even clearer, like if I feel inadequate, if I feel like I'm losing, if I feel like I'm winning, if I want to celebrate something, if I want to bounce the idea off of someone, I'm going to pick up the phone and call you. And when I call you, I'm not worried. I am not hesitant. I am not at all scared of the response. It's because like the level of trust that we have with each other, no matter the scenario, I'm dealing with something with my wife. I'm dealing with something with my kids. I'm dealing with something at work. I'm dealing with something with my extended family. I have this I have this like aspiration that I want to do. I want to go on this vacation. Like, I can call you and you are my sounding board for that. And it's like, if I didn't have that, then I already feel like I'm a proponent of therapy. I've been in therapy. I'm not in therapy in this moment, but like I would need a therapist to walk through what we navigate together.
It's therapy.
Yeah.
What we navigate together is literally a form of therapy, because there's no limits or no boundaries, and there's no hesitation. Like I can be 100% vulnerable, tell you when I was wrong, you know, why I was wrong, and ask, you know, what would you have done? How would you do this? You know, whatever the case may be, that vulnerability, it's a form of therapy, because I don't have to hold anything back, and neither do you. You know, I know one thing about you, you're solution oriented. So if I don't vent, you know, neither one of us, we don't complain. Like that's, you know, we don't do that. We might vent, but we don't complain. But I'm not going to call you to vent. Like that's not our relationship. I'm going to call you for solutions. And I don't know if you notice, like now when you call me, I got solutions, but I learned that from you. Like, you know, we could complain or you could be solution oriented. Okay. I don't want to talk. I don't want to complain about what's going on. Let's figure it out so we don't have to complain about it.
Yeah.
And that's what I get from you. And getting that from you allowed me to give that to you in return.
Yeah.
Because I know like that was always your focus. And I incorporate that into my everyday life, bro.
Yeah.
With my wife, my kids, my employees at work. Like, you know, I want to focus on the solution.
Yeah. And I think like life is hard. You know what I mean? Like life is difficult. Like it can come in many different angles where it is feeling adverse or difficult or a struggle. And because I could call you and be like, Tot's never tripping, but like if Tot was tripping, I would like, yo, Tot's tripping. And I know that nobody in my family is ever going to hear that Tot was tripping. And I could talk through it like, I just don't know what to do. Like, I want to be able to be helpful in this moment, but like, Tot is tripping. Again, Tot's never tripping. But like, if she was, I would be like, this is the person where I can drop the veil. Like I can't, because I do want to be like Ahmad and get the people together and focus on like the family. But when I can't, because somebody is in my opinion tripping, I will call you. And like I feel like that's such a powerful thing to have in our toolbox, our arsenal, as a resource where I could be like, yo, like what in whatever atmosphere that I'm dealing with something, I could just go to you and be like, this is the real of what it is. Because like I have it with my wife, and I have limitations on that because some of the stuff that we talk about, like I want to be the best husband that's the most affectionate and the most endearing and the most understanding. But when she says something the way she says it, it's like it puts that husband guard up where it's like, but I'm so good at being a husband that I can't give you that. But with you, because like the exchange isn't anything except friendship. It's not, there's no test on us. It's like, it's not sexual. It's not, like all the list of things that other relationship has for it's just like, it's so much easier because like, you're not asking anything of me except friendship. And
you know what makes it easy?
yeah,
I know you. So if you explain the situation, I know how the situation made you feel. I know how you reacted or how you wanted to react. And I know what you're seeking as far as closure or a solution on how I can tell you how to approach a conversation with each person in your family based off your relationship with said person and how said person is going to react. I know how you got to approach a conversation with Aunt Terry versus a conversation with Aunt Debbie. You know what I mean? I know how you have to navigate a conversation with Misha versus a conversation with Alicia, based off of your relationships with them, because I know you so well.
Yeah.
Like it's the reason why Aunt Terry is my aunt. Aunt Debbie is my aunt, you know what I mean? Uncle Dan, Uncle T was same. Grandma is grandma. Like right. That's how deep it run. It's easy for me to give you advice because I know what you're feeling in moment. I know how said situation made you feel. I know how you want to react. I know why you didn't react or why you wanted to react. Yeah. And I know what you're seeking. You just want a little bit of advice on, am I tripping or how should I go about it? I know what you should say because I know you. Yeah. It makes it easy.
Yeah. I feel like we're like selling the idea of what our friendship is, which like we want people to know that, but also like I would love for everybody to have that because if I didn't have the ability to talk to you in those moments, then like I would be the person tripping rather than somebody tripping on me.
And to put it in perspective, bro, those who don't know, we from the mud, so to speak, and everybody got a different definition of the mud. It's subjective, right? Yeah. We from the mud. What's your college degree?
None.
Like one more time, what's your college degree?
I don't have one.
What's my college degree?
You don't have one.
I don't have one. More to go, but the level of success we've achieved as Black men coming from single parent, house jumping, you know what I mean?
Weird foundation.
Yes. All of that to where we are now as professionals, like, husband aside, dad aside, like the levels we've reached on a professional level, with the adversity we faced from where we from in this city, we supposed to be corner boys or whatever the case may be. This ain't supposed to be the case. Like that's so rare. Now there are some, and we can name them, like we can spout them off, but there aren't many. And I think
like what's cool about that is identifying it's possible. It's possible from Market Square. It's possible from, I'll consider myself North End, even though it was a lot of different places. I'm from the North End. I'm from a 0-parent household that was riddled with drug abuse. You're from a single-parent household. And then we were able, even though we couldn't figure it out at college, to accelerate to where we're at to navigate through relationships, to get married, to navigate through professional environments, to have successful careers, that we now own homes and are financially stable, like very close to debt free, those sort of things. And like, we're not different than Joe Smo and like, let's call it Devontae Smo in,
Devontae Smo is crazy.
well, it would be like Amir Smo or Daimir, Quamir.
Stop.
Quatri-
Doing somebody's kids' names. You're doing that now.
All right, but you know, Mir went crazy.
It did.
Mir went absolutely wild.
Mir was it was a phase.
Yeah, Mir went wild. But like the Mirs of the world can do, and I love to see that they are doing it. And there's
The Mirs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Quamir, Tamir.
Stop, because them is people's names,
But
bro.
the Mirs are doing it
Yeah, they
because, not because of us, it's because of the black female leadership they have in their home, or like, thankfully, there are so many more examples of fathers being, you know, in their lives. But like, it can happen here.
can happen.
But solid friendships, like the choice, whenever you said, and you brought me in, and you're like, oh, that's you on the honor roll. When that first impression, you're like, oh, that's you on the honor roll. I was like, I like dude. And then that manifested into my next steps. And then you brought me in again and like, oh, I like dude. And those choices that you make to create the relationships that you have are super important. And I'm just hopeful that like people will have that level of relationships that can manifest into what we've created together, you know, like.
Sabrina said, I love that you both have always seen the greatness in each other, and the love and support has been there from day one. I mean, you want to talk about love and support, you got to mention Sabrina.
Yeah, because if it wasn't for her, I'd be broke.
Like, yeah, like
she, I don't know how she always had money, but like,
yeah,
I borrowed it.
Bro, talk about showing up. I mean, like, Sabrina is, we can't tell our story without Sabrina. Like, we literally can't tell our story without Sabrina. Talk about a friend. Amazing friend.
Yeah.
You know, since sixth grade, you know what I mean? Day one. What she was able to do 15 years old?
Yeah, her and Apri.
Yes. With twin boys at 15, with twins, and them to turn out how they turned out, and she had the roughest of circumstances, almost no support.
Yeah.
Almost no support. You know what I mean? Friend group and Pappy Bob, right? And Kathy. And what Trey and Dre turned out to be, like, you can't overstate the job she did.
She's great.
When you talk about from the mud, like, you know, the mud being subjective, like Sabrina from the mud. From the mud.
In that Elks.
Yeah.
Doing that 1, 2.
Yeah, go Brina. Go Brina. Go Brina. Bro, took it down.
She went, she definitely.
To the one knee.
Yeah.
And brought it back up.
Yeah.
White North Carolina jersey.
She murdered
and
that.
they went crazy.
And I was going to say it whenever you said it was like, we're in versus boss. I was like, but like, Latina had a moment.
No, they had moments.
And then Sabrina / them
and then
had a moment.
Yeah, Southside Shakers.
Yeah.
I
mean, like, that's another A1, day one.
Yes,
Me and Sabrina met in middle school choir, like, and we've been friends ever since. And like, I attribute a lot to her and like how she treats friendship as well, you know, like, and I think like, when I say we let the veil down and we have these vulnerable moments, it's like without judgment too. Like, cause it's like we could be peering at each other through a vantage point of like, what the F? We're not.
No.
And that's the reason why we come back to these same conversations. Like, I might have did it again. I might have effed up again. Like, help me through this. Help me navigate through this. And that's the way she's always showed up. You's always showed up. Like, the guys have always showed up as well.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, we was talking about Bleez putting the fridge on his back, like if we called him. And I thought I heard something upstairs. I thought I heard the fridge, man. Hey, we got a mic for Bleez, bro. We got anything for him?
Bro, that squint is crazy.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just look. We got Bleez in the building, man. So if we don't, bro, it's cool.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
we do. We 100%.
All right, so we're gonna work on getting this. This thing about the Legacy Lounge, baby. We live.
Yeah.
We do pull-ups. So Bleez, man, he got his golf apparel on. But nah, while we getting Bleez situated, I do want to say we already gave him his flowers, but was you watching? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not gonna give him his flowers twice, but nah, bro. Definition of a friend, man. Like you a real one, bro. You a real one. We all got roles, right? Bleez is the babysitter. You know what I mean? Some people can handle their liquor better than others. Bleez gonna make sure everybody's straight.
I dropped the ball last week. Sorry.
You ain't dropped the ball, bro. Bleez front line, man. Front line every time. Like I keep saying, everybody got a role. That's Bleez, man. Bleez is front line. Bleez love his guys, man. He love his friends, and he ain't afraid to admit it.
What? I just got one question, man. Y'all was talking about like collabing and all that, being together. What's gonna happen with the False Truth and Legacy Lounge collab, man? I still like the logo. I like the logo. That was a dope logo.
It was a dope logo. It was definitely a moment. Shout out to weird people not knowing how to dress. What was that that brand they had that was competitive with False Truth? Straight out the league.
Straight out of the league.
Yeah, straight out the league was nice. But anyways, so it was a brainchild of two people, so I'm not the only person that came up with False Truth. So we would have to work through those logistics if something like that happened. But like I feel like the serial entrepreneur spirit is like in us, you know, like and this one has stuck for you guys, which is awesome. I think like Speed has that same sort of like, if it ain't working, we're gonna move on to the next one and keep that sort of thing going. And that's how False Truth kind of came up and then kind of fizzled out. But like if we could bring it back, that would be awesome.
But you was ahead of your time. You was doing that before y'all was doing that.
Yeah.
Before that was a thing. Nobody had really taken that type of leap of faith, especially you're 28, 29, 30 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When that, but you were always, you were always way, when it comes to stuff like that, when I say like 2 years ahead of everybody, like you were 2 years ahead of everybody with all of those things. Fashion, like our 8th grade dance, you had the Pelly Pell. Like, you know what I mean? We didn't nobody cared about fashion.
Hold on, you talking about that picture with you, Talks, O, Fletch?
Yeah. Was that that would have been
yeah. Me, Talks, O, Fletch,
who
and
else
D-Hart.
No, but wasn't it F? Wasn't it David?
No, Gino Martello was in one.
Gino.
Yeah, so like when we did
one.
it, then people recreated it.
Yeah, BY. Well, no, we took 2 that night.
Yeah.
There was one with just us, and then we took one. BY was in it. Gino was in it. I think those were the only 2. Oh, and P. P was in it too. Yeah, P wasn't in the one with the original 5 of us, but Gino, BY, and P was it was 5 deep. Yeah. I mean, but for real, we talk about pioneers, right? Like, I'm just telling the truth. I'm here to tell the truth. From a formal dance standpoint, nobody had a posse picture like that. And then after that, it was everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Like, that started with us.
I thought it was. I didn't even make the our prom. I thought it was that. But until I seen y'all had it in 8th grade, I was like, oh, because y'all. Who got that picture? You still got the original?
I still got it.
Yeah. That was like nobody had. I'm not saying nobody, but in our generation, like that picture was so legendary, bro. And everybody started taking those pictures to this day. Like from that was like that pioneered that. If I'm lying on flying, you can't tell me no different.
Earlier, we just bringing back the mysterious dances when you said it was like Honey. You know that kids call her Honey. That's her name.
No way. That's what's up. Yeah.
You said, is Mikey trying to start an Ohio River East Side West Side beef with
Let's
Weird?
go.
No,
I'm with it.
nah, man. Nah, that was
No,
beef.
like we should probably bridge it, to be honest, and help them dress better, but like also to like build the community, just generally.
Well, there is a bridge, but there's bad traffic right now. No, yeah, man. That's it's all
It's all
love.
jokes.
Yeah,
It's all
it's
jokes.
literally all jokes.
Rooted in facts.
I mean, I ain't the fashion guy. I know I ain't Bo. I just know what I know. No,
We don't got to talk about that. We don't
Yeah.
got to talk about
I
that.
thought
bro.
so. He said the fuck.
Yeah. Hey,
Let's be
it's a
serious.
family show.
Let's be serious. Let's be serious.
What's
though.
that? Oh, we can tell the truth because it's two sides.
Is there?
Yes. No. I can never dress better than Mikey.
Okay.
Never. I would never say that.
That is the only thing that I need to be clear on.
Yeah, I mean anybody that knows that.
And like to also add clarity, you did not dress better than me senior year.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No.
So the voting
But-
was popularity based, and you had a good campaign.
Well, Foot Action was going out of business. My mom got me like 7 pair of tennis shoes,
And you
like $30, $40 a piece, and I had a different outfit.
you announced it.
Yeah.
That was your campaign.
So I won best dressed. I won best dressed and most humorous because I was the funniest.
Yes.
You won best smile
Because I had the best smile.
and sure. I mean, I'm not saying you. This is not for me to say. You know what I mean? Like pause. But you also won best personality.
Because I have the best personality.
You campaigned,
I'm good at selling my personality.
and then when you won, after you won, you were a jerk,
That's that
A bully.
Allegedly.
a bully.
Allegedly.
I should have won best personality because I was nice.
All right, if we're being dead honest, I should have won best dress.
Yes.
And you should have won best personality.
That's always should have been the
Yeah,
thing.
it
That should have always been the thing. I campaigned for best dress. Bro, when I won best dress,
It was like a shock.
and it was like in best dress, CJ Mitchell.
I've been doing this since Pelly Pale.
And we was I'm fighting for my life. Hey, I looked at him. We was in the classroom. I didn't want to like celebrate. I was like this. I went home to
Bro,
my
Bryce,
grandma like,
I
yeah,
said-
what best dress?
Said them 7 motherfucking U's that he bought.
Trash shoes.
Yeah,
That
like.
campaigning does work.
Yeah, it worked. Yeah, man, we went hard. Like first 3 years, first
Mitch Willer
first
got
3
best
weeks.
eyes. I was pissed. I thought I didn't need the campaign.
Dang.
He said Nikki Linko said the guys our picture reminded her of a New Edition picture. I mean, they thought we was a dance group.
Yeah. Remember when we posted it?
Yeah,
Like, for some reason?
we printed it out.
They thought we were R&B.
Yeah, we printed it out. We took advantage of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took full advantage of it. We like passed them out. Like we couldn't hold a tune.
Not one of us.
I can, you know what I mean? I could do a little something.
That's that music background, like.
Yeah, out of those 5, Talks was Merry Christmas Darling though.
He was.
But yeah, bro, that was definitely that picture. We talk about being pioneers and like setting trends. I wish we had the picture just to put up. If I knew we was going there, I'd have had speed, make it an overlay. But they know. If y'all know, y'all know. You got anything else?
I got a few like final things that I want
Sure.
to talk to around like now moving forward, sort of things. I'm really, really, really proud of you guys as far as like what you've been able to accomplish with the Legacy Lounge, and I think it like goes beyond the conversations that you're having, which I think are important. I think you're giving sometimes a voice to the voiceless. You're providing clarity on a culture in a community and highlighting the positives around it. You know, it was really dope to see some of the people that are on the podcast that I wouldn't expect, which is awesome. You guys have now expanded beyond the Ohio Valley. You are doing brunches in Pittsburgh. You're talking to people in our political environment within the area, which is, you know, just very, very nice to see. I told you guys, like, the layout here is dope, and what you've changed up and been able to do is really, really cool. So there's just like a multiple of elements here that is just really, really awesome to see that you guys have progressed. But what's next? You know, like why are we doing this Legacy Lounge thing, and what would you like to see it expand to in the future?
So, what I would like to see it expand to, we're saying more often than not now, more than a podcast, just to show the media aspect of it. We want to be a part of the solution, right? So we want to be the ones who broadcast positive people who are impacting our area positively. But the main thing we want to do, bro, is bridge the gap between young and old, black and white, downtown, uptown, whatever the case may be. Bridge the gap so we can collectively build a city and a community where our children can thrive.
Yeah.
And the word legacy means so much because we want to give our kids what we didn't have. And that starts with a head start and the knowledge to set them up for success. And we want to be able to inspire. I said something 6 years ago on Facebook, and it just popped up in my memories today. I'm inspired to inspire. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to inspire people. You know, whether it be, if you didn't graduate college, it's all right. You know, you can still go. You can still be successful. If you didn't have, you know, both parents, it's all right. You can still be successful. If you know, we both lost jobs at one point, right? Mm-hmm. Like fired. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So like that's trials and tribulations. You know, you face those and you get back up. And leap of faith. We've both taken, you know, large leaps of faith as well, just to show that, you know, it can be done, and the only failure is to not try. And so all those combined, I want to be a part of the solution. You know, we talk about leadership. Like, I want to be a leader of change. I want to promote positive change, and I want to be the biggest media company in the area, and to utilize media in a positive way instead of being divisive.
Well said. Like, my mind goes directly to, like, we talked a lot about, like, creating curated spaces to party. You're creating curated spaces to communicate. Like, does that ever become more with the Legacy Lounge? Is like my thought process, and I think I'm probably like thinking out loud for what I want to see from it. But like, I guess the question is, like, what do you see Legacy Lounge becoming?
I'm gonna let Speed answer that.
I think it's simple. I think it's just what he said, and kind of like what this episode resonated on. It would be friendship. It would be a place of, you know, knowledge, gathering, if you will, intuitive minds, creating that type of leadership module that it takes to rebuild something that's broken. You guys have said it. It's like, this has been started as something to grow a knowledge, but it's built around friendship, and it's being that CJ has a voice that needs to be heard, so we resonate that. But what that does is, like you said, gives a voice to the voiceless. So now we've resonated CJ's voice, so those kids out there that understand that they have a voice, they know how to resonate it now. And then we show it takes hard work. You know, we could have put up a video of CJ or started the first video when it was hard and it was rough and the sound didn't sound right or he didn't look right or we got done and he said don't post it. We could have stopped right there, but what we did was, like you said, you keep going. And once you keep going and you show people how to get from rough draft to you know, final vision, so to speak. But guess what? You see the final vision and then you keep going. So I think that that's what the Legacy Lounge represents, is the fact that, you know, it started as a dream to be the biggest media company in the town and show people that you didn't have to be in New York, California as long as you kept going. And then now that calling has been called to not only, you know, be the voice, but restructure a community that has growth. And with that, we look to inspire those after us or before us or that came before us and that are coming after us to see a world where if you chase knowledge and looking for knowledge, being that it's all in your hands, it's endless, the possibilities that you have.
Well said. Very well said. I wanted to real quick while we're here, I wanted to shout out the Star Senders because they went crazy. Chessa, Marcy, cousin Janice, Paolo, Elder Jet, Nikki Linko, Paul Stackhouse, Aaron Dunberg, Kiss Jeter, Scrap, Leroy Slappy, Amy, Maya, Debbie Berryman. Man, from y'all went crazy, man. I want to definitely shout y'all out. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Like, you know, something that y'all don't have to do, but y'all do. And, you know, we got the consistent ones that show up every single week for that. So that means more to you guys you can ever even know. So we appreciate that. Also, I mean, we still talking. I ain't really going nowhere. I think we could joke around a little bit now. Because it definitely, I'm glad that everybody stuck this out with us. There was a serious tone to it, but I just want to promote brotherhood and friendship and, you know what I mean, being aware that we're rare from, you know, the whole grimy, the whole, you know, 103 thing, but most of all, you know, flourishing into successful husbands and fathers and leading the way and showing that it can be done. So, and I know this was, you know, a little bit nerve wracking for you, not in a way of doing it, but, you know, just it's a little bit out of your comfort zone, right? Which is weird to say, what, you know, you're responsible for so much on a professional standpoint, but this is different, especially being in this space with me and like talking to my brother, like across from my brother on a podcast that I host was never on the bingo card, right? But it just goes to show you, you know, how, you know, what they say, show God your plans, and if you want to make him laugh, something like that, right? Just like he ain't always on time, but he always there.
He's like,
he ain't always there when you.
Is good.
It's like he ain't always there when you call, but he always on time.
Yeah, I think that's the actual one.
I think that was Ashanti and Ja Rule. What happened?
Bro, I wanna take you back to a couple things.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I wanted to bring up today that I couldn't find space for is like we had a few viral moments. We were talking earlier. We were talking about like there was no social media when we were like quote unquote cool, like when we were late high school, early adulthood, and like what we could have done if we had these phones in our hands and social media, considering how we brought people together and brought fun together, communicated in a different way, whatever. And we had a few viral moments out there, even though they only went viral within like our community.
Yeah.
I just want to call out a couple of them.
Okay.
You know? The first one I want to call out is, do you remember Carl Vincent's?
Yes. You was Carl Vincent's.
It initiated, I think maybe from me, but it was a wide use.
No, it took over, yeah.
And you can still call Vincent's.
Yeah, you can still. Carl Vincent's was the equivalent of I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm laughing, Carl Vincent's. Yeah, I forgot about that, yes.
Would it still be called Vincent's?
Yeah.
Yeah, is like that the major one here too? All right, the second one is, and this one snapped whenever it was time. Someone would ask you about, someone, and be like, you know Blake? And you would say, who? Blake?
AT&T Blake?
You mean the one they call Speed Blake? The Ramaya Malachi's dad Blake? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know them. What's up?
Yo, I forgot about that too. Yeah. What else you got?
Like, Sabrina, you talk about Newtons?
Sabrina?
You talk about Trey and Dre's mom.
Big butt Sabrina? Yeah, we friends. Was good.
Yeah, what's up? 'Cause don't say nothing about Sabrina. CJ, you talk about the freestyler CJ? The one whose waves ain't better than mine?
Who's better than whose?
I'm just saying.
Who's saying that right now?
I got this hat on.
Oh,
Don't make me take it off.
Hey, you know how we used to do. Hey, my neck hurt. I'm an neck. Yo, but real quick, viral moments that went viral with us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this is like the equivalent of going platinum in the hood.
Yeah.
So we gotta talk about it, right? Yeah, we're gonna go there.
Okay.
So I had Ange Lombardo on the podcast 3 weeks ago, right? And Speed wasn't even hip. So we talked about a moment that shaped Steubenville history, pivotal.
Mm-hmm.
Last time Big Red and Central played football was our senior year. We used to do this thing called rallying.
We did.
So for those of y'all who were watching, I said I had a friend who we pulled up to a house. Eggs were exchanged, paintballs were shot. Somebody was protecting their house. Said friend ran her over, bruised her ribs. That went viral, and it was like, this is enough. Like, it went too far. Mm-hmm. That friend was Mikey, y'all. So for those who don't know, they would never thought y'all could have named all my friends. They would have never thought it was you.
Yeah.
How did it feel when you trucked that girl? And are you here? Are you ready to say sorry 25 years later?
All right. So
I know, is Erin still on here? Those are her friends. She was there.
We're having a moment of satire right now, but in dead honest seriousness, there is nothing in me that wants to truck that girl. And I'm very sorry that she got hurt. I didn't expect her to get hurt. I didn't know it was coming. I was just running to get away from what I did
Full
in that
speed.
moment.
She didn't stand a chance.
She did not.
Bobby Boucher.
She did not stand a chance. I don't know why she was running at me. I was running to get away. I almost didn't see her. I remember when our hips hit each other, it's just the side of my hip and she fell down. I looked down and I was like, F word, I got to get out of here. But just to paint the picture, again, sorry, but just to paint the picture, we get intel that the Central people are getting together at a specific house in advance of them going to egg, toilet paper, do whatever for their rallying. And when Big Red gets knowledge of a meeting point with Central seniors, us as seniors are called into the wild to figure that out. So we got everybody together, went up to that house and egged that house. I didn't buy an egg. I didn't buy, just for clarity purposes, I didn't buy an egg.
We didn't do that. We don't have paintball guns.
Don't have that. So when people have eggs, I'm just throwing them. Bro, let's be honest. Do I got an arm?
No, can't throw a tantrum.
So I'm just flailing, in the wind, just throwing eggs, right? So I get the egg, and I don't know the weight of an egg versus another egg. So I throw the egg. The egg sails through the air. It's flying and flipping, and it gets to the house, and it gets to the point on the house where it feels like it's going to hit the front door, and I'm like, got him. And it hits the front door, and the door shatters. I had no idea the egg was frozen or anything like that. The door shatters. I'm like, F word. So then I'm like, I gotta retreat, and I'm trying to run in a way that gets me out of here. The young lady, Jackie.
It was Jackie or Jesse. Yeah, one of them.
the twins. It was her home where they were congregating. She's running towards me. I'm running against where she was running, and unfortunately, my hip, that doesn't lie, hits her hip.
Just a dip.
She falls down.
And you looked over and she looked up and said, Dr. King. You said, ooh, thought you was somebody else. That's right, Dr. Went out of me. Yes, he did.
And I didn't hear it until the next day, like, that she was actually hurt or anything like that. I thought, like, it was just a little, like, you know, like she ran into me and she fell down and that was it. But like the next day, I'm like, I'm in trouble. And I'd never been in trouble before, never been arrested. I'm not smoking a little weed or whatever, but I wasn't a bad kid. So, like, I never had any run-ins with the law, but I was extremely worried. And then, you know, we were, quote unquote, the cool kids. So we had, like, friends that knew the, like, central people. So they came to us and, like, I think we kind of smoothed it over or whatever. But, you know, like, this has been brought up for years and years and years, for a long time. Like, I went to a party a couple years later, and then somebody's like, hey, that girl's here. And I'm like, F word. I dated a girl from Central whose friend talked to me about it. And, you know, a couple weeks ago, it was brought up again.
Yeah.
So I just want to say I'm sorry. It was not the intention. I didn't want the Big Red Central game to go away. I wish they would bring it back. I won't say I regret throwing the egg or anything like that, but, like, it just
regret trucking there.
Yeah.
They said, like, for years, like, when it rained, like, their house still smelled like eggs. Like, bro.
That's not my fault.
Nah.
We were at them.
Yeah, we went at them.
Yeah, we were at them.
But China said you did wrong for running that lady over. Hey, man, so FTB, Feast the Beast won a 7th Street story. I don't know what part of 7th Street he's talking about. I'm gonna give him what he wants. So I'm from 7th Street Extension. Like, I talk about Market Square, but, like, I'm deeply rooted in South 7th Street Extension. My grandmother still lives on South 7th Street Extension. His Feast family used to live on South 7th Street Extension. Feast's uncle Simon and my uncle Artie, best of friends, like brothers. The equivalent, literally, to me and Mikey, actually would be the best way to compare it. And so 7th Street is always a part of me. Me and Scrap joke about it all the time, because Scrap say I ain't. He said I ain't South End, but I am. I ain't South End Projects, but I'm South End. Feast, that's gonna be, you know what I mean? That's Feast the Beast. That's what you gonna get from me, baby. That's 7th Street for me, man. I had 2 different stints on 7th Street. Like I said, I lived on the 300 block of South 7th Street, right next to Miss Henrietta. Rest in peace. So that's Pigs and them, mom. And that was in my my early 20s, right before my daughter was born. But I'm still deeply rooted in 7th Street. I'm actually about to have a big cookout on South 7th Street at my grandma's house on June 28th. So if you got love from my family, make sure y'all come through. Don't come through empty-handed, or you're leaving with a barbecue spam.
Also, don't put no raisins in nothing.
Yeah, don't even bring that. Like, my family got the potato salad. You can bring water and sausage. You can bring sausage. We got the TVs up here. We're going to.
Bro, stop.
What do you?
We can't.
Bro, what do you used to say, bro?
We can't bring that up.
Y'all know who that was? We got pasta. we got. Let me quit, man. Let me. Yeah. Yo, one thing I don't think people know. He said, "Get a beast more, CJ. Scrap, go to hell, bro." That's all I got for the beast, man. What people don't know about Mikey is hilarious. You talk about impressions, and I can't really I can't have him do nobody because they're all inappropriate. Like, if I hear Mikey do an impression and I'm gonna say, "Hey, bro, what she sound like?" And I'm dying before you even go, but I think that's what a lot of people don't know about Mikey. Hilarious. Like, just as funny as y'all think I am, or maybe think I am, literally just as funny, if not funnier. Like, and that's what we do. Like, we call each other and we die.
Bro, like I feel like all of us have that sort of like funny gene. Not all of us. Some of us just laugh, but that's what our friendship is rooted in. It's like we tell jokes, like, and we can be the butt of that joke. Of course, you know, and most times we are. That's, we have fun now.
Yeah, we do. China said, "Don't worry about it. My grandma got the water and sausage too. Thank y'all." China don't want y'all at the cookout. Yeah. Shit. They said the money beneath me here. They said we got walking on money. They said we got walk around money. Nah, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Definitely. We definitely had our own language, man. We definitely had a good time. Ashley said we nonchalant funny. You got to be around us. Like, it's like we're going to have you dying. You know, we going to have you laughing, and laughing is therapy. Like, you know, and I mean, between us and the hole in the wall, like, sometimes it's dark humor.
Sometimes it might be inappropriate.
It's going to be uncomfortable for a lot of the other friends.
Yes.
Never Bleeze. It's always in Bleeze's wheelhouse.
No, this is Biz.
You know your audience.
Biz.
Y'all crazy.
Y'all crazy.
I ain't effing with y'all.
Yeah, y'all
Y'all
crazy.
crazy.
Y'all crazy.
I ain't messing with CT. Yeah, y'all, cuz crazy. Y'all crazy. Speed the same way. Speed don't want nothing to do with it. Speed, listen, Speed, like, you got to know your audience. Speed don't want nothing to do with it. He's like this, like, he's straight face. Like, he ain't even gonna give you that. He's just gonna be like, I wouldn't expect that from you. Bleeze would expect it. God damn it. So I'm gonna give it to Bleeze. Like, hey, you know what they said?
Oh man.
Hey, what's up? What you on? Nothing. What you know good? Shit, you know what they said, right? But it's gonna be Bleeze and Mikey. It's gonna be like in Tree. I'm gonna get at the Tree too. Like, those are my three. Like, I can say any joke about anybody. It's not too soon.
It's not too soon.
No, it ain't too soon.
Too soon.
We don't even ask no more. Too soon?
Yeah.
Nah. It's like, you know what they said? Yeah. You said not Gator walk around money. That's impressive, Jet, that you knew that. He said y'all stay away from her grandma's porch. China mean. Hey, but while my daughter on here, man, I think it's dope also that China can, you know, tune in and watch us in this capacity. And I love the relationship that you have with China.
Yeah.
You know, that she's able to reach out to you in need, and without me being involved, and that you're able to help her. You know what I mean? Yeah. You've always been there for her. Like literally from day one, always been, you know what I mean, Uncle Mikey and all my girls. But, you know, there was a point where it was just me and China, right? Like living with you. Opened your doors to us.
Lights
and
was off.
Yeah. Like, we were, you know, you might not pay the electric bill. We wasn't eating your meal prep. You know what I mean? Well, China to tell you, we was eating deer steak at McDonald's. Like, that was, that's what we was eating. Yeah. And, you know, that taught me a lot, because I didn't have a lot of help. My mom and my sister, of course, but that's why me and China are so tight right now, because it was always us. Yeah. Like, it's always been us, but you was there, like, you know, through it all. Like, you know, you always came through. Best gifts, played with her, you know, it's like
come on,
best gifts.
Yeah,
presentation.
Where is the other godparent at this moment?
No clue.
Come on,
no clue.
Come on, China.
We don't know.
Come on, China.
We don't know.
Where's she at?
Yeah, that's why I don't. She said even though he burnt my kid cuisine, she keeps saying you burnt her kid cuisine.
Bro, there's one thing that I can do. I can make a meal prep, but the kid cuisine, I might not have been the best.
You burnt the brownie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he burnt China's brownie. But of Clark and Corey, and they know, it's Uncle CJ, like when we talk on the phone. But yeah, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the impact that you had on her life.
I recently watched something around like how the relationships that either like your friends' parents, not the relationship, but the impact that your friends' parents, and I would kind of like put that like on us. Like I might not be a parent of a friend of hers, but I'm your friend, and that's sort of the same dynamic. And I think because I'm not in the authoritative way, like kind of like trying to discipline or do anything like that, like there was more of a bond in that way. So like if I'm saying something, it would hold more weight, and that's the way it's felt. But like I'm just super, super proud of the father that you are, as well as like what she has been able to accomplish as well. And it was just like dope to see you young as a parent, and then like now to see her in college and to be doing well. And it I'm not gonna say like it's like the best highlight of my day, but like if she calls me and says like she needs something, I feel great being like, yeah, take that 30, take that 50. Like
she's not one to ask.
Yeah,
there
are people that ask.
Yeah. Hey, Uncle. Hey, Uncle Mike. Hey, Uncle Mike, want to go to the movies or whatever. Hey, Uncle Mike,
Yo, hit him with that.
You probably on too. Like yeah, man. But she's not one to ask, so it speaks to how comfortable she is with you, that she can reach out and ask, because not too much, China, not too much.
But I appreciate that you are okay with it. Like it's because it's an interesting dynamic to have, and it's really cool that you started that with my kids, because like the relationship that I had with China started day one.
Literally.
And I know I have memories that are amazing around like the time that we've spent over the course of the years, and hopefully she has the same. And I think my kids will have that sort of same thing with
for
you.
sure. I mean, and like I said, it's a priority, like especially with you moving back in the area. Even if you wasn't, like, I want that. The way I interact with your kids is the way you interact with China. So it's like, hey, Uncle CJ, I'm over the top. Hey, Clark, you eating pancakes? You know what I mean? Like you got to go to little saying too much dip in your chip. We both fake laugh, and then I talked to Corey, and she's excited that it's the same way that you interacted with China. It's the same exact way. Yeah. She said we messy. But nah, it's again, man, it's dope to be in this setting with you, with Speed producing, and even Blicko Blue Down, man. Speed, you got anything to add, please?
No, I mean y'all nailed
Still
it, man.
people watching.
I think it speaks volumes to friendship, and even though I'm a hair, and when I say a hair, I mean just a hair older than you guys. To hear him say some of the same things, as far as like I don't really talk to nobody. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I don't talk to too many people. But to be able to talk to you and be on this mission, like you said, it feels great to be around good friends that, value each other. And even if that's the thing, sometimes when you call yourself friends, you assume that you would have to speak to this person every 2 days, 3 days, 3 months, 5 years. And it's just simply not the way it is. You know what I mean? Life gets busy, life gets hectic, and we all trying to break curses. But, I think the main part is sticking true to yourself, believing in friendships, and believing in being the friend that you want somebody to be to you, and realizing that if that friend or that person doesn't come around for 2-3 years, they may be struggling with something, but being a friend overall is something that I value, that, we have as we can say, let's just say 25 people, and that's pretty cool. So thank you guys.
No, we thank you. What's up to Competitive Kev too? Competitive Kev is on here.
him in here.
You see him on there?
Yeah.
What's up, Bleeze? You got something to add to this?
Oh, y'all hit it on the head.
Oh, he bashful. No, yeah, man. It's love. It's always love. It's always going to be love. We've been going for about a strong 3 hours. You said what?
6 hours.
Yeah, I mean, we've been going. So if y'all still on here, we appreciate y'all. Hopefully y'all took something from this. Hopefully y'all got some laughs. Hopefully y'all have a better understanding of me, as a host, and the people that help influence me and shape me to who I am today. Mikey is as a big of a part of my life as anybody ever, and literally from day one to before we can even remember. Like, we've always been friends. We were friends before he went to California. We didn't even know. And that's like the divine energy of it all. Like you talk about, I brought you in. Maybe there was some familiarity there that we didn't even know about, because as legend has it, we were friends from
First friends.
first friends. Yeah.
Clearly.
Before Killer E.
Yes.
I remember Killer E first, but I believe we all were friends. Like, I think we were all like kicking it. But, so, I appreciate you, bro. I don't, honestly, that. I don't take it for granted. I don't take any of my friends for granted, but it's different, what you provide me, the peace of mind of knowing that I have a friend like you, and the fact that I'm aware, how rare it is, the bond that we share, how we can push each other, motivate each other, hold each other accountable, right. To be better men, fathers, husbands, professionally as well. Inspire each other, you know what I mean? And man, cheers to 43 more years.
Let's go.
Yeah, cheers to 43 more years. Same with Speed, same with Bleeze, man. Y'all know what it is. I appreciate you guys. I'm the one in front of the camera. I get the love and the accolades, but sometimes you're only as good as the people around you. And also, my wife, of course, like, y'all get none of me without her. She allows me to do all of this because of what she does and the role she plays in my life. Like, she takes on the dirty work and allowed me to do this. I can't do it without her. So always shout out to her. Unsung hero, doesn't get the love and notoriety that she deserves and doesn't care about it. She don't care about that. That's not her thing. She's dedicated to being a devoted wife and a devoted mother, and she do a hell of a job. So I don't tell her enough. I know I don't, but I appreciate her beyond words, and I'm not the man I am without her. And my mom. And, my mom is my everything. My mom is the reason why, people ask me how I become the dad I am, is because of the mom my mom was. My mom still holds everything down, still holds everybody down, dedicated her life, sacrificed her life for family. I can never pay her back, but I just hope she knows that she deserves way more than she's been given. And, man, shout out to everybody that's been, rocking with us. About to wrap it up. Please, if y'all want to keep, I might go back and sometimes it's hard for me, but I might go back and respond to some of the questions that we missed, some of the comments that we missed. Next week is Juneteenth. I was been supposed to mention this. We got lost in conversation. Juneteenth, next Friday at Second Baptist. Just know the Legacy Lounge is outside next Friday and Saturday. And we welcome y'all to come down there and kick it with us at Second Baptist Church. Good food, good vibes, good music, good energy. And it's a Friday night. So what that means, Speed, I'm going to tell you what it don't mean. We're not packing up from the Juneteenth and coming up here. So that means we live in the streets on Friday night. And we encourage y'all to pull up and maybe like a live audience or something like that. But we want to get people in front of the camera, multiple people. That's our vision. So more to come on that. We'll have some posts on social media to remind people of that and maybe get some people interested in pulling up. But we want to do something a little different. It's still going to be Friday Night Live. It's just going to be the We Outside edition, like literally We Outside. So more to come on that. But bro, I appreciate you.
Of course.
Always, we'll bring you back, whenever. Blicko, thanks for pulling up. Appreciate everything you do. Speed, man, you know what it is. Best in the business. And shout out to all of y'all, man. We'll see y'all next Friday. Legacy Lounge. Oh, I gotta pee like a Russian racehorse.